first round of the draft from Pittsburgh. Our favorite town. You and I both love Pittsburgh so much. But that's where the draft is emanating from this weekend. So tonight, of course, that will be, just the main area everyone's going to be looking to see what's going on in this NFL draft. And Tyvis, tonight, gets to be on the draft coverage that you will hear right here on this station. Because we are the home of the Cleveland Browns. So the Cleveland Browns radio network is doing Cleveland Browns draft coverage. And on that draft coverage is Tyvis Powell. Now, since Tyvis Powell is on this radio station, and this radio station is carrying that coverage, is Tyvis Powell doing that show from this radio station remotely so that tomorrow morning when he gets up and gets ready to go to work, he'll have had a nice, long, restful night of sleep? Now, what are you doing tonight?
I will be driving to Cleveland. To do the show live from inside the Browns facility.
You'll be in Berea.
Correct.
You will be there.
Yes.
As Jimmy Haslam barges through the door and is like, hold on a second.
Yep.
Hang on. Cornell Tate go to hell. I don't think so. And then say, get me Spencer Fano. And you're like, oh, no, not again. Did you talk to a homeless man, Jimmy? No, yeah. He said, let's go with that Caden Proctor, Alabama. I love him.
Great.
Yeah. So when you see that.
And I'll look over at Ken and Nathan. I'll look at Nathan and Ken. Now,
Ken Carmen, Nathan Zagura. Yes, for those who don't know.
100% will be disgusting. He will be disgusting.
Yeah.
Ken will be like, you know what? I love the pick.
Bo Bishop would be sitting there in his smoking jacket, just in a chair, just watching, going like, interesting. Like savoring. He'll be sipping a nice bourbon. You won't touch it because you don't drink, but also it's that dark liquor that you don't like, that brown liquor you're not a fan
dark,
of.
You can't do that dark.
Yeah,
that make you wild and crazy.
Right. So there.
Though, if you drink a Sprite or a few Sprites while watching Darius Rucker and your name is Tyvis Powell, you'll get wild.
That one, it gets you out of character, man. Those Sprites, they creep up on you.
Yeah,
you mess with that light stuff, it creep up on you.
You know what?
I bet they do.
My daughter Gianna, she's 7, and her favorite drink is half Sprite, half lemonade. I probably need to dial that back a little bit.
I'm telling you,
if it's making you feel some type of way,
she just needs a little shot, a little cap full of Sprite.
I don't think I need to be giving her any.
You can drink the lemonade, just get a little cap full of Sprite and dump it in there. That's all you need.
Where are you guys at on juice, by the way? As we're not morning juice, they're great. Which, by the way, they have a new rearranged studio. So if you go on their YouTube today, it'll be all different. If you go watch it and see what it looks like.
It got turned.
They turned the studio. They turned the walls of the studio. The desk remained the same, but they turned the desk in their studio 90 degrees. So now it's like, I'm walking by it today. I was like, I don't even know what I'm looking at there. It's crazy. But yeah. So go check them out on YouTube if you want to see it. But where do you guys feel about giving your kids actual juice? Because we at our house have never done that.
My kids drink juice all the time.
Like I'm saying 100% grape juice, like not watered down.
Oh, no.
Don't water it down.
Nope.
See, that's something interesting because we water it down if we ever gave it to them. It was always watered down.
Well, that was one of the things that we were supposed to do. My wife wanted to do.
Yeah.
But then, like, the kids. See, the problem is my kids have become independent.
Oh, I've encountered that.
They can go just get it themselves. Like my oldest, she will grab a chair, slide it to the fridge, climb up on it, and grab the juice and pour herself some juice.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's and now once you hit that time period, then it all becomes the honor system where you are expecting your kids to listen to you when you are not necessarily maybe right there next to them, and then you find out, and then we learn how good our kids are and how much they respect us. Because I tell you, there have been times where I come down and I'm like, what happened to this? We had a 2 liter of pop in here yesterday and it's all gone. And I think I know who did it. Wasn't me, it wasn't Mom. I know who the prime suspects are. Someone's going to jail. That's
like lemonade. I found my youngest, Milani Joe. She loves lemonade.
Oh. And so when you have your, because the way people go shopping for bourbon, that's how you go shopping for lemonade.
Correct.
You don't just get anything. You get the good stuff.
Yeah.
You treat yourself to the nice, the top shelf stuff. And they come in, they're kids. They don't know anybody. They just take in like lemonade and then pour out this $19 bottle of lemonade that you bought. Yeah. And you're like, that's the good stuff, kids. Don't drink that.
So what I've learned is, as you know, I've been trying to lose weight. So I've cut back on my lemonade intake like tremendously, which is shocking because I'm addicted to it. But the only time I really drink lemonade is on Wednesdays or the weekend. That's probably it. And my youngest, being the lemonade lover that she is, she drinks the heck out of my lemonade now.
See.
So like now, by the time I get to the weekend, it's like only a little swallow in there, and it's just like
not good.
Great.
No, not
After
good.
a hard day of work, a hard work week, all you want to do is come home and get a glass of nice cold lemonade.
See,
and you can't get it.
And these kids don't understand the struggle. They don't know dad's driving 2 hours to Cleveland and 2 hours back just to do a radio show for the worst team in the NFL when it comes to drafting. They don't know the struggle. So
to answer your original question about giving them juice, I never was one of those parents, and maybe this makes me a bad parent, I don't know, that was like, gotta check their red dye number 4 intake. Well, I don't want to give them too much of this.
My wife is
don't
like that.
Give them,
I just mean more about the sugar part of it, because that's
anything like that. I'm just, you know what? The way, and again, this might make me a terrible parent, but I had a conversation with my friend Zach once, and he was like, you know what? I think sometimes we get a little too hands-on with our kids. Like, thousands of years ago, when the cavemen were out here,
right?
All we worried about was keeping them alive for as long as possible, and we weren't worried about this, that, and the other.
Exactly right.
It's time to get back to basics.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue with Zach that maybe, like, you know, the Mountain Dew people weren't trying to get your 7-year-old to drink 200 milligrams of caffeine a day.
Right.
Like, there is that part of it. But, yeah, he's right. Like, we probably are a little bit over the top on how much.
Mountain Dew?
No, I'm saying, like, they market this stuff to kids knowing full well the kids are going to be like, can I have that? When they go to the store, and you're like, no. And then they melt down, they throw off it, and you're like, fine. And so, like, you have to be hands-on as a parent. You have to keep them out of, because there's all this stuff you could get into.
You do what I do. You go grocery shopping by yourself.
Well, there was a buddy of mine. Of course,
That's a life hack.
Don't take the kids. Absolutely right.
It's over with.
I agree. But I will further that by a buddy of mine that had kids that were older than ours. And we knew this couple, and they were good friends of ours and all that stuff. And I found out the kids came over once, and one of them said, oh, yeah, Dad has like his special drawer or his special part of the cupboard where he keeps his stuff, and we're not allowed to touch that. And I remember thinking at the time, as a very fat man, of course, I was like, who in the hell wouldn't let their kid have whatever is in the house? I don't understand that. And this is when my kids are like 6 and 3. And now, having a bunch of teenagers in the house, I want a safe for my food, because it's like I will bring something in that's like, this is for me. And it's not even like bad stuff. It's like protein bars. I'll get like a protein bar. I'm like, I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. Protein bar is better than a candy bar. I'll put them up there. They're $9 for 3 of them. And let's go. And then I go to get one. It's like, oh, the box has there's spider webs in it. It's been empty for a month because the kids just ate it preemptively. I don't even know how they did that. And I'm like, I need somewhere to hide my stuff now. Like anything I get. So now we have started hiding food around the house so the kids can't find it. Because this is how bad it gets. Because just like, don't touch my stuff. Did you want it? Did you ask for it at the store? Then don't eat it.
You hide the food?
Yeah. Because I don't go taking, like, if they're like, Dad, I want this like sugary cereal, whatever thing. And we're like, okay, maybe we give it and buy it once. I'm like, all right, that's for them. They wanted that. I'm not going to go out there and I could plow through that box of cereal in a day, but I try to like be respectful. There's other people in the house. They're going to get kicked out of the first house they live in. I promise. They're going to have a roommate in college who's going to be like, absolutely not. Leave.
By the way, Tyvus, you asked who drinks Mountain Dew. I'm pretty sure your co-host has Baja Blast in his bloodstream.
I don't have.
I was about to say,
this is not drinking? Baja Blast. It's Diet Mountain Dew today. But yeah, this is my hack. Sheets.
Mountain Dew for breakfast?
I'll just tell you. This is
I see what you got going on there.
Two straws. Here's why.
One for the plug and one for the
that's it. You nailed it. Yeah. No, in honor of the Browns' 2 first-round picks, I have 2 straws. No, because when I go to Sheets, here's the problem. Sheets has thin straws. I don't like it. Not enough surface area hitting the tongue. So double up the straws, more volume, easier to sip. I like it. Get a better straw, Sheets. Otherwise, I'm taking 2 every single time.
You are sick.
Look how wide your straw is. These two are not as wide as your one straw.
Water.
Yeah, well, after I drink this I fill it up with water, of course, every day.
Yeah,
that's
whatever.
what I do. I
There's
totally
power in the tongue.
Yeah, that's right. All right. There's this thing called the NFL draft. We should probably talk about it. Here's what we're going to talk about next. Buckeyes. Where will they land? Where do we want them to land? We'll get into all that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Thursday morning to you. Traffic in New Albany getting a bit slower out there after our first crash of the morning. It's 161 eastbound at New Albany Road. Expect some lane closures and once again some slowdowns as far back as over towards Little Turtle Way, folks. If you're heading towards this area, once again, 161 eastbound. If you get off and take East Dublin Granville Road instead. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Spring into fun at the Columbus Zoo. Warmer days are right around the corner, and there's no better place to make memories. See tigers up close, watch playful otters splash and swim, and catch the baby elephants in action. All in one amazing visit. Looking for a later start? With our Zoo After 2 p.m. deal, you can enjoy all the adventure for $19.95. Plan your visit today and make the Columbus Zoo part of your spring break plans. Learn more at columbuszoo.org.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Hop into savings this spring with Ohio Mulch. Right now, save $100 on home delivery orders, but only for a limited time at ohiomulch.com. What sets Ohio Mulch apart? Our premium pine bark mulch made from high-quality southern pine from South Georgia. It lasts longer and creates the perfect pH for acidic-loving plants like hydrangeas and azaleas. Better mulch, better results. Shop now at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, greener, better.
Grilling season is here, and nobody does it better than Billiards Plus. Fire up your backyard with top-of-the-line grills from the biggest names in outdoor cooking, perfect for game day or any day. And when the party heads inside, Billiards Plus has you covered with pool tables, shuffleboard, game tables, and more. Everything you need to build the ultimate hangout, from backyard cookouts to game room showdowns. Make your home the MVP. Billiards Plus, grills, games, and good times. Family owned and operated. Check them out online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
If only there was a radio show that constantly talked about Ohio State athletics. Well, good news. It's real, baby. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
This is Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. If you're driving and take a quick glance at your phone, more can happen than you might think. Because taking your eyes off the road for even just a moment means you could miss everything happening around you. Don't let those few seconds take your attention away from what's right in front of you. Phones down, eyes up, Ohio.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risks, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A quiet start to the day for us with a few clouds and temperatures in the 40s and 50s. And then this afternoon, mostly sunny skies and warmer with highs in the low 80s. We do have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. For tonight, partly cloudy with overnight lows in the 50s. And then for Friday, we do have a chance again of showers and storms the second half of the day. Otherwise, warm and breezy with mostly sunny skies and highs in the mid to low 80s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Lockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
NFL draft coverage tonight on The Fan. We will have it all for you. Some guy named Tyvis Powell will be involved in that. Some guy named Tyvis Powell will be involved in tomorrow morning as we break down what happened in the draft. Bright and early, 6 a.m. Tyvis Powell will be staying up all night long, apparently. What's the, are we using cocaine? How are we doing this? Are we going to go with caffeine? What's the idea?
None of that. It's just all natural energy. You know, it's the excitement. It's the thrill that gets you going. You know, how far can you push yourself before you just collapse? It's the thrill
Good.
of that.
Dylan, 7:15 tomorrow, the collapse of Tyvis Powell live on the air. We're just like, and just like the Energizer Bunny, just the battery runs out. I've realized, are you old enough to know the Energizer Bunny? Is that a thing? Do you remember the phenomenon the Energizer Bunny was back in the day?
How young you think I am?
Like 12.
Yeah,
there's times where I'm questioning everything.
That was a wild question, T-Bone.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure they're still using the Energizer Bunny.
Oh, are they? I don't know. I'd say that's how
What's wrong with you?
That's right. I'm stupid. I agree with that. All right. So where do we think the best landing spots are for the first round Buckeyes? Let's get into that a little bit today because we obviously know Fernando Mendoza is going one to the Raiders. It's looking a lot and more like it's not going to be Arvell Reese at 2 to the Jets. David Bailey is starting to kind of become the solidified option there, it seems like. In fact, I've seen a lot of people saying that the draft really begins at 3 with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Like that this pick is just so not Arvell Reese at this point, and that the Cardinals may end up getting Arvell Reese, or they may end up dangling him. So let's start with Arvell Reese. Where's the spot you'd like to see him go tonight?
I actually would rather see him go to the Cardinals for the simple fact that there's other Buckeyes there. You know, I think they might be, if I'm not mistaken, they either tied or have the most Buckeyes on one team. So they become the Arizona Buckeyes.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of Buckeye fans in that area of the country. I know that.
I know they still probably got Baron Browning. I don't know who the opposite edge rusher is for them.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Me either. But you put him, Cody Simon, and Barron all in one. That I mean, come on now. It don't sound bad. So actually, I would rather see him there. But it's interesting because there's a lot of Jeremiah Love smoke now. I know they signed Tyler Algier this offseason in free agency, but there's a lot of smoke and mirrors with him there. Now that you got Mike LaFleur, and he's going to be using the same system that Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, and a little bit of Clint's. Now that they're all going to be using that same stuff, the running back is a very important position there.
Kubiak?
Yeah,
all right.
Clint Kubiak.
Just making sure everybody knows who
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood saying, "Get off my lawn."
Oh my gosh, I guess I do need to say the whole thing.
Yes, you do, because we're dumb. I'm dumb specifically.
But the running back is an important position there, so that will be interesting. I really don't want him to go to the Jets because nothing good happens if people go to the Jets.
I got news for you about a team that is picking at 6 and 24. Is that there's a lot of that.
Which one would you rather?
What do you mean?
If you was a football prospect and they said you could only pick between the Jets and the Browns, which one would you pick?
Oh, I mean, as a Browns fan, I'd obviously want them to pick my team, but if I had to remove my fandom from it and think that way,
yeah.
It's not like the media environment's going to be any easier either way you go, right? If you go to New York, they're going to be on your ass from day one. If you go to Cleveland, they're going to be on your ass from day one. They got quarterback trackers for OTAs. I don't know, man.
Which team is further along, is closer to playoffs?
Well, I mean, I do think the Browns' defense is further along than probably most defenses in the NFL. So there's that. I guess I would have to say probably Cleveland, slight edge to Cleveland, but that's that. I don't think that's necessarily. That's a really rough thing to pick, and I don't like that you did that to me. So yeah, Arvell Reese to the Cardinals would not be bad for him.
Correct.
I don't think so. I agree with that.
And that's definitely a position of need for them.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, they have a lot of positions of need, but yes, that is correct.
I feel like didn't they get rid of? Who did they lose? I need that NFL thing to tell me who's
that
key
NFL
departure.
thing.
We need some graphics, some TV graphics.
Okay, that's fine. Then you have the Titans sitting at 4. There's a lot of smoke about them if Jeremiah Love is there at 4 about them taking him, but also with the Cardinals and the Titans, everyone seems to think both those teams want to trade down. I heard that, and this is annoying to me. I'm going to play this for you. Just know that this, I feel, is gross. This is what Jay Glazer said yesterday on Wake Up Barstool, where apparently they're still on the air. Good for them. But this is what he said about what's going to happen tonight in the draft.
No, I know something that's going on. I just can't say it yet because I was told you can't say it. Told, we're kind of getting on the clock there.
Okay. So Jay Glazer knows something's going to happen, but can't say what it is until that team is on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to also give you some breaking news. I was told that there will be a team that will do something tonight that will shock you. And when you see it, you will know T-Bone predicted it. That's what we're doing right now. I'm predicting there will be a move that will shock you tonight, and that tomorrow, get back and I'll tell you what it is. Tomorrow, I can't tell you now. I'm sworn to secrecy. Apparently, that's what we're doing. We're going to say, I was told, I know something. But my whole point of bringing that up is that if he actually does know something and he's not just doing this to get some clicks and some views, like perhaps that's the area where a move happens is 3 or 4. And I have heard speculation that perhaps the team that moves up is the Kansas City Chiefs. Think about this, Tyvis. What does nobody want to trade away next year?
Their first-round pick.
Why don't they want to trade it away?
Because it's a generational draft. It's the best draft that we've ever seen in the history of NFL drafts. It's just oozing with talent.
So what would be the profile of team that wouldn't care about trading away picks this year or next year? Would it possibly be a team that already has generational talent at quarterback and doesn't need to pick that guy next year?
No, it would have to be a team that's going to be picking 32nd.
Well, that too, right? But I'm saying, wouldn't the Chiefs feel like they're one of those teams that?
No, because they've looked horrible for 2 years. I know they went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Do you think they're going to be in the market for a quarterback next year?
No.
Okay,
so they could be in the market for a premier defensive end. They could be in the market for a Jeremiah Smith.
Do they think they're picking top 5 next year?
They could.
They don't think
they
that.
very well.
They
could.
do
Were
not
they picking
think
this
that.
year.
They're picking. What? Ninth? Yeah.
Oh, they're not that far away. They're closer to top 5 than 32.
I understand that, but I don't think they believe that they're the case. However, what do the Chiefs also have this year? Another first-round pick.
Yeah,
so
they got
if you wanted to move up
the
to
Rams pick,
could you move up to 3 with, hey, we'll give you 9 and another first-round pick at the tail end of the first round?
Oh, I'd take that.
Right. So I'm saying the Chiefs.
Who they taking?
No, I'm saying to go up and get maybe Jeremiah Love. They have been saying how
they just paid Kenneth Walker. There ain't no way they doing that.
Maybe they want to add in the amount of running. No, they want more. I don't know.
No, they not
well, then maybe
that.
Arvell Reese is someone that they want because they see him sitting there. I'm just saying
about it that way because they have not. If they trade 9 and whatever they got from the Rams to move up to 3 to get Jeremiah Love, it's going to be an uproar in Kansas City.
I'm just predicting that.
And you just paid Kenneth Walker the 3rd, all that. Yeah, it's going to be.
I'm saying if there's someone that they want. If you're trying to think of teams that would move up, obviously the Cowboys have gotten a lot of talk about this as well, but I could see that Chiefs team being one of the teams that moves up.
They said that nobody's moving into the top 5, or the Cowboys can't move into the top 5. They tried, and I guess all the top 5 said they.
But do they have 2 first-round picks like the Chiefs do?
But at number 6.
Oh, well, I know. I already am aware.
Real quick, you brought up the Chiefs, and we were talking about best fits for Buckeyes. I don't think this is going to happen, but I think it would bode really well for Carnell Tate's career if he was a Kansas City Chief.
Oh, I'm with dude. He'd be one of the best. Instantly walks in and be one of the best wide receivers they've had in that building in Pat Mahomes' tenure. And wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, And I feel the same way, but Tyvis may be right. I think the Chiefs think that they're still Super Bowl contenders next year, or why would Travis Kelce and Andy Reid come back?
Right.
So adding someone like Carnell Tate to a wide receiver room, that might be their worst position on the team because, Rashid Rice can't stop committing crimes.
Well, yeah, true enough. I'm like, allegedly, by the way, but also no, but seriously, if there was a team that was going to move up, they're not far. They're in the top 10 already. It's not that far of a drop if you're at 3 or 4 or 6. If they see a guy that they want in one of those 3 spots, it would make sense to me. The Chiefs would be the team that would be a prime candidate to move up, given that they have a second first-round pick to give up to sweeten that deal. And if you really had to give away something next year, you could say, all right, we can justify it because we don't think we're going to be in this position next year. With the Kansas City Chiefs, we hold ourselves to a higher standard.
The player that I'm scared for the most is Arvell Reese.
Because you think he could slip?
I really think he can slide.
Yeah. I mean, we had been hearing so long that it was just Arvell Reese at 2, and then now suddenly in the last week that seems to have completely changed. So, is that smoke and mirrors?
I think he could slide, slide.
Yeah. Oh, because
it could be some time type thing.
I don't know that he slides out of the top 15 necessarily.
No.
But he can slide down to
slide
9
from
or 10.
2 to 10, 2 to 11, man.
But if you told Arvell Reese this time last year, hey, next year you're going to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft, obviously he would be thrilled about that. Most Buckeye fans would say that's awesome.
I would tell you right now, at worst, he would not go past 12. If the Cowboys stay at 12, he wouldn't slip past 12.
All right, some more NFL discussion. In fact, we'll play a little audio from yesterday. We had NFL analyst Charles Davis. He'll be on the broadcast tonight from NFL Network, live from Pittsburgh. You'll hear what he said coming up in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
North side of Columbus by Westerville, we are seeing a disabled vehicle out on your roads. It's affecting that I-270 westbound ramp to Cleveland Avenue, so expect some lane closures in both directions out there. Once again, a disabled vehicle causing some chaos this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
At ADP, we know you want your landscape business to succeed, but we don't know anything about landscaping. ADP only knows how to handle the business of your small business. So if ADP focuses on the payroll and the HR, while you focus on the land and the scaping, success should follow. Just don't expect us to know all about Kentucky bluegrass, zero-turn cutting, or what to do with a woodchuck. That's for you to figure out. Let ADP help your small business focus on the part of the business you're good at. ADP for small business.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis Powell is a legendary Buckeye. T-Bone loves to eat Buckeyes. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
The list coming up today at 7 a.m. The list topic is, of course, NFL draft busts. Biggest. And I think we're just sticking to first round because that's where they usually occur. I mean, I'm sure there are third round guys who ended up sucking as well, but
Anthony Schwartz.
Okay. But we got plenty of first rounders that we can do.
Cedric Tillman.
Oh, sure. Agreed. Yes. But do any of those guys, I mean, I'm going to give away a little bit I'm going to spoil a little bit for you. Any of those guys bigger draft bust than Justin Gilbert?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying, that's where.
No.
I know today, this is the music that a lot of people think.
I got one that's bigger than that.
What's that?
I got a player.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know what? Right. We'll do it at 7 o'clock.
We'll do it at 7.
We'll do it at
but
7 o'clock. But
you said top Justin Gilbert. I got somebody.
Oh, I'm sure there's guys that we can definitely top Justin Gilbert. I'm just saying of
same franchise.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got to rethink it. Yeah, because he was one of my top ones. But you know what? We got a few. I'm just telling you, we all talk about how this is like for Browns fans, this is our Super Bowl, but just know that this music right here, it also gives me occasionally like night terrors.
I never heard it.
You did hear it, just you heard it for other people. You never heard it for yourself.
You heard it 200 and something times.
Gosh.
In hopes
I was going to say,
that would be you.
What was that like when you was that the 2016 draft? Was that the one you were at?
Yeah, it was 2016.
Was it just like, did you hear this and be like, quiet, hey, shut up. And then they'd be like, with the...
No, because it was crazy because my
93rd pick.
phone started ringing in like the 5th round.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, and it was like the Seahawks. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Oh, was that where they're calling you to be like, hey, just FYI?
No, it was my coach, Andre Curtis. He was like, listen, I'm telling you right now, they asked me who I want them to pick. I told them I want them to pick you. I'm out of the room. All I can say is I want you as a player. I can't make the decisions. So I was like, okay, whatever. So they hang up, boom. Seahawks draft somebody else, whatever. So we get to the 6th round. And then I'm like, all right, phone still ringing a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, what up? What's going on?
Yeah.
And they like, we want you, blah, blah, blah. But if we don't, I just want you to know that we got free agent. We want you as a free agent. Whatever. So I hang the phone up. By the time we get to about the 7th round, I'm like, well, at this point, I don't want to be drafted. Because I want to pick.
Yeah,
I want to pick where I want to go now.
It's not going to be any different money.
So, yeah, like we talk about a couple dollars now. I ain't gonna know. So once that last pick concludes, that phone was on fire. That phone was on fire.
You're like, where the hell were all of you?
I'm like hanging up on coaches to talk to other coaches.
Oh, my God.
And then my agent is calling me, and it's just like
pissed.
ridiculous.
I would be so pissed where it's like, where were you when this was playing? I wanted one of you to call me then, and none of them did. But now that that's all over, now you're going to all call me and be like, oh, we love you. You're the best. We wanted you.
So one of the things that happens when you go undrafted is typically, you cry.
Yeah,
right?
people cry all the time. Yes, there's going to be tears tonight.
All the undrafted players that I played with, I always say, did you cry when you didn't get drafted? And they all say, yeah, I did. I didn't.
Why not?
Because I was busy answering the phone, trying to figure out where the heck I was about to go, that I didn't have time to process my feelings. What is these feelings that you talk about?
Yeah, Tyvus. We've kind of gotten that vibe, though, that like that's a continuation of a thing where you're like, yeah, I don't have time for the feelings. I got to go to work. I got stuff to do. But that's you, man. That's just how you are. That's good. That's who you are. You like to just look forward to the next opportunity, not focused on what didn't happen.
If you don't believe me, you can always get on YouTube, look up Tyvus Powell, the draft story. The whole thing was documented all 3 days, and you will see that I was busy on the phone.
Are you still getting royalties from that? Is
Not
that
at
why
all.
you're plugging
Hang
this?
on.
But I was partnered with GoPro, and we shot the whole thing using GoPro.
Hang on. You had a YouTube documentary about your draft experience. And you have the gall to hate on Shedeur Sanders for doing the same thing last year? How dare you, Tyvus?
When did I say that?
How dare you? Oh, no, I'm just trying to stir up controversy for you. I'm hoping they clip that out and leave out any context, and then it just goes and like, Tyvus Powell sucks. The aunties from Colorado will be on you.
I might have paid away for. I started this documentary stuff. Is this the thanks I get?
I was trying to find the clip online of Louis Riddick saying that like Tyvus was the one player that should have been drafted, and Tyvus sent me the clip, but it was just not good phone audio.
Oh, see, we gotta find the video.
But yes,
Louis Riddick was in your corner.
He gonna ask me. He asked me, "Do you still got that clip of Louis Riddick?"
Mm-hmm.
I told him I still got my lunch money from the 3rd grade. What's wrong with you?
He sent it to me in seconds. He was watching it when I asked him.
Of course he was. Yeah. Also, Riddick Bowe was a big fan of yours as well. Former boxer. There you go. Lots of fans of Tyvus Powell. All right. Here is a little bit of Charles Davis, who of course is on NFL Network. He's also on Madden. He's also everywhere. He has been an NFL analyst for many years. Called games on Fox for years. Now is, I believe, CBS now. But this is his take on Carnell Tate.
I look at Carnell Tate as the best overall receiver. I know we're all hung up on speed. You guys know how it works. I just think that we've been skewed about it. We used to remember when a guy ran 4.5, we were like, all right, he's moving. All right. Guy runs 4.5 now. It's a collective yawn and a shrug. Like, because these guys are thundering down there. Like, your eyebrows don't raise now until you get under 4.4.
Yeah, that's right, Tyvis. What'd you run again at the combine?
4.46.
Okay, yeah. So nobody raises eyebrows now for that. Now that's slow, apparently.
Nah, because you know what happened when I ran it? They were talking about me. He was like, look, this guy's a good safety leader, and that's a really good time. because at the point.
Oh, he said that about you?
No, not Charles Davis.
I thought you said
Who's
Charles
the
Davis.
guy that's doing it?
Rich Eisen?
Yes.
Okay.
So
his colleague on NFL Network.
Correct.
They'll be both on tonight.
So at the combine that I was at, I was nervous because everybody was running slow times.
Yeah.
It was like 4.5s, 4.6. And I'm looking like, wait a minute, is the clock messed up tonight? So when I ran the 4.46, that was like the first time where everybody was like, okay, that's a good time right there for a safety. Like, all right, now some people starting to roll. And then, yeah.
I'm not surprised that you had a fast time. I'm also not surprised that unfortunately the NFL, it's weird how selective they are with like, oh yeah, fast time matters for this guy, but not for that guy. Like, and also Carnell Tate, to go back what Charles Davis said, like a 4.53. Is that what he ran, I believe?
4.53.
But then everyone came out and said, no, actually, our clock had him at 4.48 or 4.4 whatever. And
it's really not that big of a deal. 4.53, 4.48, it's all the same thing. You know what separates you? Can he get in and out of his routes? That to me, you can run a 4.6, but if you get out your break before I get out of mine as a DB, you're going to win every time.
That's supposedly what Jerry Rice did. Rice, not fast.
Well, not by those standards.
NFL wide receiver standards.
No. But go watch the tape. I'm just saying, like, I hate that. I don't hate the NFL draft. I think I've kind of made it sound like that at times on this show because I get so annoyed with the guys like Dan Orlovsky who don't watch a second of college football. They cut on the tape and they're like, I had to tell you, Ty Simpson was pretty good in the first half of the season. I don't know why people are so down on him. It's like, go watch the second half of the season where, yes, he was hurt, but he also went up against better defenses.
He was very smart and meticulous on how he was talking about Ty Simpson. He said within the first 6 games.
Yeah, but then he kept
after
that he came back and was like, I watched all of it now, and now I'm still convinced. And it's like, all right, Dan, sure. Okay. I get frustrated when we have people who don't watch any college football. They only watch the tape, and then they go, oh, yeah, Carnell Tate, I tell you, he runs great routes. Man, he catches everything they throw to him. Well, but his 40 time was a little slow. Go ahead, pass on him then. Find out what happens. See that he is going to be an NFL number 1 guy.
You know what the funny thing
is? Just live with the fact that you're stupid if that's what you think you're going to do. That doesn't make any sense to me.
The funny thing as a Browns fan is whether they take Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate, whatever one they don't take at 6, assuming that they take a receiver at 6, we as Browns fans are going to be looking at the other one.
Oh, of course.
Hoping that he doesn't do that well because you want the Browns to get the better one of the two.
I do though. I was talking earlier about how you're going to be up in Berea for this Browns broadcast, and I just picture the Browns, like Andrew Barry will be sitting there going, all right, I think, gentlemen, are we all agreed? Scouts have all been involved. We're going to go with Carnell Tate. And then I because it's fun to say, I just want to pick Jimmy Haslam busting in and be like, Makai Lemon! Makai! Get him! I want Makai! And they're going to be like, well, I guess the old man spoke, and here we go. Got a Makai Lemon. And then that's what they write on the card, which I'm just saying. I pick Carnell Tate. If he's there at 6, if he's not there, he's not there. But if he's there at 6 and you don't take him as the Browns brass, I have big questions about all of that. All right. Apparently the Hillbillies in the SEC still has some cash. I'll explain next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still seeing some major backups if you're heading towards New Albany. That's after a crash on 161. It's eastbound at New Albany Road right before 62. Still noticing 2 right lanes that are currently blocked out there. So take this detour because, again, we're seeing about 10 miles per hour when it comes to your speeds. You are barely moving out there. So 161 eastbound, you will get off and take East Dublin Granville Road instead through the downtown New Albany area. Heading towards Beach Road. Once you head there, you can head back on eastbound of 161. 910 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
It worked once, so we're doing it again. Sign up now for the Fan 5K, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. We're back at Otterbein on Saturday, June 20th. Walk a mile with the Common Man, jog a 5K with T-Bone, or try to beat Tyvis in a 40-yard dash. Tyvis won't stretch, so there's a chance he pulls something. The fun starts at 8 a.m. Saturday, June 20th. Register today and earn a sweet medal, race T-shirt, and a photo op at the finish line. Sign up at 971therace.com. Prepare your tightest running clothes, and we'll see you at the Fan 5K on June 20th.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. I love my Kubota tractor, RTV, and zero-turn I got from Green & Sons, and you can check them out online at greenandsons.com or visit them in store in Mount Sterling or north of Marysville in Raymond for all your Kubota needs.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
With the first pick of my favorite places in Columbus, I choose Hollywood Casino Columbus. The draft is coming up. 4 in the top 10. Oh, man, is this draft going to be fun. So much fun, we need to throw a party. Scotty Vegas here, and come to the sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus on Thursday, April 23rd for the draft. We're going to have contests, prizes, and best bets. See you at 7 on Thursday, April 23rd. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like chew this gum and it grows new teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. If you're driving and take a quick glance at your phone, more can happen than you might think. Because taking your eyes off the road for even just a moment means you could miss everything happening around you. Don't let those few seconds take your attention away from what's right in front of you. Phones down, eyes up, Ohio.
Truck drivers, Midwest Logistics Systems is hiring local dedicated truck drivers in your area. As an MLS driver, you'll experience the ease of hauling no-touch freight, earning predictable pay, and having a consistent Monday through Friday schedule. Plus, MLS drivers earn performance and safety-based bonuses and have access to a benefits package with health care, a 401k, paid time off, and more. Stop missing out on valuable time at home. Find a local dedicated job near you and apply at MidwestLogisticsSystems.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tyvis hates Girl Scout cookies.
I hate it.
And little girls in America.
I hate it, hate.
Seriously, Tyvis, what the hell?
Okay, whatever this is, I already hate it.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, I've been telling you about it. You know about it. This sale is awesome from Window Nation, but it's not going to be around forever. The more you buy, the more you save sale is going on now. You could save up to 50% off all the windows for your home, and you could get them with 0% interest financing for 5 years. That's from Window Nation, the best in the business. You can get rid of those old or builder-grade windows. Now you can get custom-built, high-quality windows from Window Nation for a great price. And, of course, they got an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau for a reason. They do the job right. The windows are awesome. They come with a 50-point inspection from the factory. They're inspected with a 20-point inspection when it's installed by installers who average 15-plus years. The crew that comes out to your house has 15-plus years of experience, and they can get these windows put in a day. Like I said, a great deal now, 50% off all the windows for your home, and you could even get them with 0% interest financing for 5 years. But you got to go to windownation.com today to schedule your fast free consultation to get in on this deal. That's windownation.com to schedule your consultation today.
So I was telling you that I know while working in Berea, like that's one of the coolest things is you can tell when the Browns are about to make a pick.
You're going to be on the broadcast tonight.
Yes.
Which you, of course, can hear on the Fan because we will have the Browns draft coverage here on the Fan, being the home of the Browns.
So the reason that you know is that the draft room, you got to go past the radio room to get to the draft room.
Okay, so because you guys have a radio studio in Berea, you will be in the Browns facility tonight doing this show.
And it's all glass. It's all see-through. So, I'm going to see that. How do I know? Because it's going to be 30 people that's going to walk past to go in the room. And I'll be like, well, we know they about to pick somebody. We know something about to happen.
That's interesting. So they're not just sitting in the room the whole time?
No, and then after the pick, they walk out. They will all walk out. Blah,
interesting.
Blah, blah. And then, boom, when it's another pick, something about to happen, boom, they all go walk back in there. It's hilarious.
I bet. So you'll know. So what'll be interesting is if you're sitting there tonight, because I don't know, man. I keep hearing that the Browns could trade out of 6, and maybe they will, right? We talked a little bit about this with Bo Bishop yesterday because I have been of the opinion, make the pick at 6, stand and deliver, don't trade down. And Bo said, well, what if Dallas gives you this crazy trade
12
package?
and 20 or whatever it is? I'm taking it.
Okay.
Y'all, you hear it. Take this 6.
Okay, but here's the thing. Let me ask you this question. And if
Arvell Reese is still sitting there, I'm telling you, it might even become more realistic.
Well, but my question is this. The Browns did this last year where they had the 2nd overall pick. They traded down to 5, and they got a pick this year, right? And now that pick is number 24.
Mm-hmm.
But what is everybody saying about pick 24 this year is you can get a guy, but there's a big fall off somewhere in that 10 to 15 pick range. That is where the blue chippers go away. And then it's still first round talent guys, but maybe not the quote unquote can't miss guys. That's where they think all those dudes are in the top 12 or 15.
How many blue chippers you think is in this draft?
Depends who you ask. But from a lot of the experts, from what I've heard, is it's again, no more than 15. That's way too high.
No,
I'm saying no more than 15. It's probably less than that.
Yeah, it's according to Ty McShay.
Okay.
There are, I believe he said it's 3.
Okay. Well,
he said he asked a bunch of general managers how many blue chippers was it? And he said the consensus he got was there's 3.
Did he name who these 3 were?
Caleb Downs.
Okay.
Sonny Styles. Jeremiah Love.
Okay. Interesting that they don't think Carnell Tate fits into that mix.
Yep,
I'm surprised by that.
Those were the 3 consensus answers.
I'm surprised by that one. And I get Arvell Reese not being in that 3. I look at that as, they view him as a little bit more of a project at the position he'll play in the NFL. He is a very talented player, clearly.
If you're going to put him as an edge rusher, again, he's not played a full season as an edge rusher.
Sure.
So it's kind of a project.
Sure. And there's reasons to believe he'll be successul at that, given players that have done that in the past. See, like Micah Parsons.
Talk about speed to power. I mean, he is exactly that.
So I guess with all of this being said, I feel like the Browns having a pick at 6 where there are no doubt guys available to you. Mm-hmm. Don't you think? At 6?
At 6, you'd have probably 2.
There's a good chance. Let's say Caleb Downs just positionally is not viewed as someone that would be taken in the top 5. You're sitting there at 6, and all the other guys you wanted are gone. but he's a blue chipper, no doubt. Everyone knows he's going to be a 10-year guy in the NFL. You don't want that at safety. You don't want to again. Your defense is great.
The thing that they're not saying out loud as far as the Browns is that both safeties are off contracts after this season.
I'm just saying.
Ronnie's gone in. I think Delpit's gone. So.
And what is one of the reasons why they don't typically take safeties this high? It's because it takes them a little bit of time to adjust to the game. It's a little bit. That's always been at least what I've heard is that it's kind of hard to play the position to start off as a rookie and to be a big impact guy.
See, the problem with this is the Browns would look at Caleb Downs and say to themselves, like, we've had success identifying DBs not in the first round. You think Martin Emerson had a good run. He was like a 3rd or 4th round pick. Ronnie Hickman was undrafted, and he's their starting safety. And Grant Delpit was they didn't draft him. That was
okay. I understand.
John Dorsey.
I understand, but my point is, like, are any of those guys going to Canton? No.
No.
Right. Okay, but like you have a potential here, in. We would have to see how his career goes, but Caleb Downs has Canton potential on him.
So at 6, you would do BPA. Best player available.
I'm saying,
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm saying that if the Browns are looking at it and saying, well, we could trade back and get cute with it again, like, why not just stand there and make the pick? I was someone, and I still do want them to take a wide receiver, preferably Carnell Tate at 6, because you need to get weapons. But at some point, like,
it's the person, the Browns.
You could still get a wide receiver at 24 or whatever. There will be wide receivers available if this is the way that's going.
I truly think the Browns is going to draft somebody that nobody's mocking them with. So
that could be
Caleb Downs, Jordan Tyson. Like, if you look at them two, they've never been mocked to the Browns not one time. Nobody has thrown out a mock that said.
No,
I'm talking like the NFL experts haven't put out a mock that said the Browns are taking Caleb Downs or Jordan Tyson.
Right. And
to me, I think they probably will take one of those two because everybody keeps saying Proctor, Freeland, Tate.
My point here is that Caleb Downs is one of the few players in this draft who everyone seems to agree could be an all-time guy.
Yeah.
And if you have that pick at 6, like, again, if it's between him and Carnell Tate, I want Carnell Tate because positionally, you need offensive help. You do need that.
But you just told me you just told me Caleb Downs was a future Hall of Famer.
And I think Carnell Tate could be that guy too. Caleb Downs probably, but again, then it becomes, if both those guys are available, sure, then it becomes maybe a little more position of need. But if, let's say, Carnell Tate,
you know what this is similar
that's how high I value Carnell Tate.
This is similar to when the Browns were on the clock. They took William Green, and they could have taken Ed Reed.
Oh, that's fair
William
too.
Green, they needed a running back.
That's fair too. Look, I won't be mad if they take either Buckeye of those two guys. If they're both there at 6, I won't be mad. But then you have to pick a wide receiver at 24. So I won't be mad about 6 until I see what they do with that second pick in the first round.
Or if they take Caleb Downs at 6 and then take the tackle at 24.
I don't think They obviously need help with the offensive line. They went out and did a lot this year to get offensive line help. And if you believe...
But not the left tackle spot.
No, but if you believe a lot of the people who are talking about the offensive line in this draft, there's going to be a run on those guys.
At 10 to 14.
Yeah. And you may not be in a spot to get one of them anyway.
They should take Blake Miller at 24 if that's the case.
The good news is we know what they're going to do. They're going to trade out of 6. They're going to draft an offensive lineman at like 10. It won't be the one that everybody wants. Everybody be mad about it.
12.
And at 14, they'll get the wide receiver who blows out his ACL in like week 3 of this first rookie season and never sees field again.
Probably what's going to happen.
All right. Hey, speaking of, well, you know what? We didn't get to the hillbilly stuff, but Kalen DeBoer got $12.5 million a year from Alabama. 7 years. There's a guy that wanted to run out of town. Now they got $12.5 million. Life comes at you fast.
That's crazy because I thought this was make or break for him this year, and I guess that's
no. That's make. He's made. He's a made man now.
And I like how they purposely did this on the eve of the NFL draft, so the national media wouldn't be all over it.
Yeah, because it's a pretty shocking move in my opinion. But yeah, we'll talk more about that throughout the show. Of course, coming up next, though, the list, the biggest busts in NFL history when it comes to the draft. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Just south of Westerville, do expect some lane closures on that 270 westbound ramp to Cleveland Avenue. We are seeing reports of a disabled vehicle causing a little bit of concerns this morning. But hey, not all the roads are bad right now. Taking a look at those northbound drive times between 670 to 270. If you're taking 71 north, that's an 8-minute commute. Looking pretty great there. 315 north, that will only take you 9 minutes. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs presents My Kinda Saturday Night Tour.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
Luke Combs, live in concert in Columbus, playing at Ohio Stadium, Saturday, April 25th, with special guests Dierks Bentley, Ty Myers, Jake Worthington, and Thelma and James. Get tickets now at lukecombs.com.
Common Man here for GoGermain.com. I have been telling you about my friends at Germain for a long time, and it's because they bring the goods. And right now, you get $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event. Yes, cue the trumpets. Nearly 4,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, plus an extra $3,000 on your trade means your budget goes further. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started now at GoGermain.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
There's nothing more meaningful you could do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy time with you again, especially heading into the vacation season. Here, let me help you. Dr. Tessner and his team at QC Kinetics take care of your pain in the office, and you can go right on with your day that easy. So if you say yes to any of these questions, you are the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments help every day. I have consistent joint pain in my knees, hips, shoulders, or back. Pain keeps me from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to activities that I enjoy. I don't want surgery and a long recovery. I am at the end of my rope, taking medication every day just to get through. Did you answer yes to more than one of those questions? Today could be your day to turn that corner and finally get relief. QC Kinetics are easy, done in the office here in Dublin and Gahanna. The consultation is free, so don't wait. It'll be the most meaningful thing you do for yourself and the people who care about you. Call 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code FUEL for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FUEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's FUEL.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle of the night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The NFL draft is finally here. Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza is expected to go number 1 overall. And as many as 4 Buckeyes could get drafted in the first 10 picks. You can catch coverage of the draft right here on The Fan starting at 8 o'clock. Former Cincinnati Reds pitcher Nick Martinez dominated his old team, giving up just 1 run over 8 innings as the Redlegs fell to the Rays 6-1, snapping the Reds' 5-game win streak, since he will try to get back in the win column at home tomorrow night versus Detroit. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Guardians were shut out 2-0 against the Houston Astros yesterday, and tonight the Cleveland Cavaliers will be in Toronto for Game 3 of their series with the Raptors. Cavs currently lead that one 2-0. This update was sponsored by TurboTrack Realty. Done with that property? Call John Kozik at TurboTrack Realty. He'll buy it today for cash. 614-470-2000. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I just asked this guy, Tyvis Powell, who is very positive in life. I see that on CBS Mornings on the news today, they were showing a video of a baby elephant roaming around. Apparently some zoo, they got a baby elephant. It's rolling around the water. Kids are pointing at it. It's very cute. I like a cute animal. I like a little baby animal from time to time. Look at it, be like, oh, that's cute. Get those videos on my feed. I like them. On Instagram or TikTok, I like it. Look over at Tyvis. Deep in draft prep for tonight. As the Browns are going to allegedly pick 6 and 24. He'll be on the draft coverage. You'll hear it all starting at 7 right here on The Fan. I look over and I said, what do you think about a baby elephant? What was your response?
It makes my balls itch.
You don't like a baby elephant? You don't like baby animals? What's wrong with a baby animal?
No.
What's wrong with that? It's cute. They're nice. They're frolicking. You don't think that's neat to see?
It does nothing for me.
Okay. Apparently, I finally found something he can be negative about, Dylan. This is good. I like it. This is the cynicism I've been waiting for from Tyvis Powell.
Do you also hate like kittens and puppies?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, do you see some stray cats on the side of the road? You're just punting them across the street.
Yeah. My wife is the one that's like, let's stop and get out and help it. And this is like me like
God.
We had a boss here once, no joke. You know him, Todd Markowitz. He at one point told us a story where he stopped traffic on the road because there was a goose that had apparently been.
Oh my God.
A goose had been hit by a car.
Good.
Dylan's messed up. See, Anthony Rothman is going to fight you next time.
Apparently, this goose had gotten clipped by a car, but it was still it wasn't dead. It was trying to get over the side of the road, and so he stopped his car in the middle of, I believe it was Sawmill Road. Got out. He said the goose was bleeding a little bit. He picked it up. It's flapping. It's going crazy. He picks it up to get it over the side of the road. He got blood all over himself. And he came into the office and he's like, I saved a goose. And literally everyone here was like, why did you do that? They suck. So other than Roth.
Did he wash his hands?
I never asked him. I probably should have.
Geese are literal gang members.
I know.
They run around. They're always like 5 or 6 deep, and they're mean as hell.
Yes, and on top of everything else, they crap on everything. So you know what, Canadian geese, I feel bad that you're not what society is looking for out of birds. Birds, we want little tiny birds that flutter around, eat the bird seed, do little cute Instagram things. We don't want big honking things that get mad at cars. That's not what we want. So sorry, Canadian geese. You don't fit the pro. You're not what we're looking for.
When there's a bunch of geese crossing the street, I do not stop.
Oh, wow.
They're not
that's
stupid.
messed up.
They'll move. People will hold up a whole road for a goose. I mean, this one story you just told, apparently that was not the case. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to get out of your way.
I like that Dylan's basically like, yeah, Darwin, survival of the fittest. Get out of my way. Let's go.
The best, the worst, and sometimes even the dumbest. It's all here on the list.
Sponsored by Baths R Us. Go to bathsrus.com to schedule your free estimate. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
All right, today's list topic, biggest first-round draft bust. Feel free to drop these in as well, at Bone and Tyvis 971, or go to the YouTube channel. Just hit YouTube, 971 The Fan, T-Bone and Tyvis. I'm going to throw out a name. You guys tell me what you think. This should be a no-brainer. He should be on everybody's list. I feel like we just have to get him out of the way.
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell. We have to do it. And the reason is, honestly, if you look at his numbers, they are not the worst numbers of some of the quarterbacks that I could mention. But the fact that the man fell asleep during meetings, the fact that he went missing during OTAs, the fact that he allegedly had an addiction to purple drank, we know all the beats, we know all the things. He's got to be on the list as one of the biggest draft busts of all time. Do we have any disagreement on that?
No.
Okay. Good. So now
that's a
But he can throw 80 yards from his knees, T-Bone.
Yes.
You know who else I think I think Cardale could do that too.
Yes.
He's a bust too.
Not a prerequisite for being a great quarterback, being able to throw 80 yards from your knees.
Whoever his agent should have took like 30% of his deal for making him do that. I got a name. I got a list of names actually.
Give me the next biggest name on your list.
The next biggest bust
in your mind.
Trent Richardson.
Oh, that's a good one.
Really?
Trent Richardson? No, he was a bust.
What?
No, what do you mean?
What?
Really?
I think for me, when it comes to biggest bust, I think for me, in my mind, they have to be at the very top of the draft.
He was third.
Because when you miss, the Browns are the Browns, so it's whatever.
He was pick number 3.
But when you miss on the number 1 overall pick, you set your franchise back. That already sucks because you have the first overall pick. Go ahead and set it back another 3 to 5 years.
You didn't think he set us back another 3?
They've been set back since 99. Set back any further.
Which brings me to this. Courtney Brown.
Oh, Courtney Brown was also, that's another one that absolutely. We could just do biggest Browns draft pick bust because
a whole list in itself.
I mean, I will never forget the feeling I had when the Browns took, what was the pick number they had in the Johnny Manziel draft? Did they have 7? And then I think like 20 something.
They traded.
You remember what I'm talking about? Did they trade back into the first round? I know they had.
They took Justin Gilbert. Had the 8th pick.
That's what it was. 8th pick.
Justin Gilbert.
They had Justin Gilbert, and I remember being with Scotty Vegas. We were doing a Clippers appearance. We were at the Clippers game, and because they had a home game, we were out there passing out prizes and stuff. And we left. And he's like, "Do you want to go watch the first round of the draft, the first few picks?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." We went over to that Boston's place. It's right down there on Nationwide. Went in there, had some beverages, had some food. We're watching it. They picked Justin Gilbert at 8, and I was like, "Okay." They didn't take Johnny Manziel.
I wanted them to take Roby. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's fine. I was just like, anybody but Johnny Manziel. Let's not be stupid. We don't need Johnny Manziel. And so I left. I was like, Scotty, I'll see you tomorrow. High-fived everybody. Walked out. No Johnny Manziel. I get up the next morning. Johnny Manziel. You got 2 of them in one draft right there. Oh, my God. And all the bro-hios that were so excited about him.
Yeah.
God, I hated him.
Dylan, who you got?
What about, I know I said they have to be at the top of the draft, but I feel like.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Breaking his own been 3 minutes.
Give us a break. Let's go.
He scolded me for number 3.
We're having a conversation. I feel like he could have easily went number 1, Ryan Leaf.
Oh, well, Ryan Leaf.
Well, he was number 2 in the draft.
No, you know what? Ryan Leaf, of course. Good. And by the way,
I got one for you better than that. Zach Wilson.
Well,
number 2 pick.
Both of those guys. Yes. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. How about this guy? And this is more for the old heads who will remember this, but Tony Mandarich, the Incredible Bulk was his name. This was a guy who was an All-American out of Michigan State, offensive lineman. Packers drafted him in 89. He lasted 3 years with the franchise. Bad. He was pick number 2 in the 1989 draft. Would you like to know the other players who were selected in the top 5 in the 1989 NFL draft?
Yeah, let me.
Troy Aikman.
Dang.
Barry Sanders. Derek Thomas. Deion Sanders.
Sheesh.
Every other one of those guys is in the Hall of Fame.
Well, they couldn't get
this
them,
guy did,
but
no.
they couldn't get them though.
What do you
those
mean?
other people.
What are you talking
Wait,
about?
what pick was he?
2.
Oh,
so they could have had. They couldn't have Troy Aikman. They could have had Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, or Deion, and they went with Tony Mandarich. So
that gives me Darko vibes.
It's very much Darko vibes. Darko Milicic. And if you're saying who exactly, you might know all the other guys in that draft.
Everybody know who Darko is.
I would hope you. Well, I would hope so.
They took him over Carmelo.
So
Detroit
that's
crazy.
And Chris Paul?
Yeah.
Was that same draft?
No. It was
Dwayne Wade.
Darko,
Dwayne Wade. That's right.
D. Wade, Carmelo, and Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh was the other one.
That was the top 5.
There we go. Yeah, that's right.
It's pretty much the same situation.
Bad.
What about we're talking about the context of it?
Yeah.
Because of who was around him. What about Trey Lance since the 49ers gave up everything that they owned?
Dude,
they better be glad that they got
Brock Purdy.
Yes.
I was going to say.
Because that's the
Kyle
only thing that saved that.
Working at the Citgo.
Him and John Lynch would be fired. They would have been fired.
Trey Lance is one of those guys that we all have just kind of glossed over because they've won despite just totally biffing that pick. They have been very good franchise other than that pick, but that is one of the worst picks they've had to
future for him.
Yes, they did. They the trade they made to get up there and get him was terrible, and obviously gets worse by the day. All right, more of these. You can send us yours at Bone and Tyvis 971. Biggest busts in the NFL draft. We'll obviously talk about this all day long. Teams tonight are going to have to move a little bit quicker in the first round of the NFL draft. I'll explain why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Thursday. Still watching some major slowdowns for New Albany. 161 eastbound after a crash out there at New Albany Road. The 2 right lanes are currently blocked. If you can, taking East Dublin Granville Road will save you a lot of time this morning. Also seeing a crash by the airport in Gahanna, 270 northbound at 62. Expect some lane closures there. And just passing Bryce, a crash 70 eastbound by State Route 317 north. Hamilton Road as well. That right lane is blocked. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Spring into savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, drive your new Hyundai with payments as low as $94 per month for a 2-year lease. Get spring lease savings on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit payment on 26 Elantra SC, $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year and $430.
Colin Man here for Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Oh, Mikey, did you know something new is coming and it's right around the corner?
What is it?
Now you can stay while you play. It's the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel. It's coming June 12th, and we want you to celebrate with us as we open the doors with a can't-miss concert and festival.
And here's something for you this month. It's the Win Your Way drawings on select Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can score $100,000. Plus, coming in May, it's the Hollywood Tribute Concert Series.
Ooh, must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for detail.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage doors is what we do. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, it's important to us that when you call Pella Columbus, you talk to a real person.
You should hear how smooth it is when you call us.
You calling right now?
Yep. Oh, here we go. New windows. No, New window operator.
Get the windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Parents, are your teens good with money? No. Switch to Huntington Bank and let's teach them. They get their own card, which they can add to their digital wallet, and you can monitor and set spending limits. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Who's Vice President J.D. Vance's pick for Ohio Treasurer? America First conservative Jay Edwards. As the first state lawmaker to endorse Donald Trump for president, Jay Edwards has been on the front lines, standing up to the rhinos and leftists since day one. Now, we need a MAGA fighter who protects our Ohio tax dollars as our treasurer. And that's what Jay Edwards has always done. He sponsored the largest tax cut in Ohio history, saving families over $3.1 billion. Jay Edwards has never been afraid to do what's right and fight for our values. That's why he's a 100% pro-life and 100% pro-gun conservative, earning the highest possible rating from Ohio gun owners. He's the proven America First leader we need to clean up fraud and keep our money safe. Endorsed by J.D. Vance. Jay Edwards for Ohio Treasurer.
Paid for by Friends of Jay Edwards.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A quiet start to the day for us with a few clouds and temperatures in the 40s and 50s. And then this afternoon, mostly sunny skies and warmer with highs in the low 80s. We do have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. For tonight, partly cloudy with overnight lows in the 50s. And then for Friday, we do have a chance again of showers and storms the second half of the day. Otherwise, warm and breezy with mostly sunny skies and highs in the mid to low 80s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. The only contraband hiding in Tybus's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tybus.
Just because you're getting old doesn't mean you have to feel like it. If your energy is low, sleep is off, weight won't budge, your mind feels foggy, and your sex drive isn't what it used to be, it's time to switch things up. At Tri-State Men's Health, their advanced medical strategy featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, and more. Treat low T and hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, help have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, helping you get back to feeling your best. Go to tristatemenshealth.com, take their low T quiz. It's a simple 10-question quiz. Takes about 2 minutes to get that done. After that, you want to schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health. The cost of the appointment right now is only $99. They have 2 locations located in Columbus. One is in Hilliard, the other one's in Westerville. Don't ignore the signs. Call today and take the first step towards feeling better again. Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See websites for details.
We had multiple people hit us up during the break and say, how could you have your list of biggest NFL busts and not bring up Achilles Smith from the Bengals? And that is obviously yes, of course, an egregious oversight on our part to not have him in there. But yeah, he is definitely on the list of biggest busts of all time. Another guy that you could go to would be Buckeye quarterback, sadly, Art Schlichter, who played all of, I believe, 3 years, was picked number 4 for the Colts in the 82 draft. Again, I was born in 82, so this is before my time. I wasn't alive when he was picked, but his career stats with that franchise, 1,000 passing yards, 45% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 11 picks, 28 times he was sacked, and then went to jail multiple times after that as well.
Geraldine.
Yeah, that's bad. You know what? We will talk a little bit more NFL draft coming up with Zach Jackson. He covers the Browns for The Athletic. We will get his thoughts on what the Browns will do tonight with these picks coming up at 7:30. So we're excited to talk to him. I did see, though, that there is a little bit of a change to the draft this year. If you've missed this before, they made this announcement a while ago, but it's becoming a storyline again. The NFL draft, of course, they usually in the first round have given teams, in the last few years, the number has been, I believe, 10 was the total minutes that you had to make a pick. So you'd be...
Whatever it is too long.
It used to be 15.
It used to be 15. They cut it down to 10 because obviously the TV broadcast was too long, and this is a TV product.
Are they trying to get it done by midnight?
Well, they've done it again. They're cutting it down to 8 minutes that you will have from the time that you hear this. You have 8 minutes to make the next pick.
The pick is in.
Now, here's my question. Because obviously the NFL has their clock of when you have to make the pick. Will the broadcast partners help out with that? Or will it be 12 minutes since the pick has been made? We'll have on our screen, the pick is in, the pick is in, the pick is in. And then
that's
still,
the most
someone's
annoying
sitting there
thing.
like, how does it feel, David Bailey, to go to the New York Giants? And he's like, I got to tell you, I love the New York Giants. They're my favorite team ever. Or the Jets, whichever team he gets drafted by. I don't care. They're just asking him about that, and he'll pretend like he really wants to go there. He's so excited about it. And we're going to have that. We're going to have 3 different interviews where the same guy gets the same questions asked. Make the pick. Let's go.
You mean
Move
to
it
tell
along.
me you going to watch the draft and not watch the Cavs play the draft?
May have it on both, Tyvis. There's a little bit of an NBA playoff game.
You can't because the
game 3?
The Cavs is on Prime Video.
Oh, that's right. Well, I have to have I have to have it on my phone. I'll put that on my phone. I put the draft on my phone. I have the game up on an actual TV so I can watch an actual sport during the NFL draft. But
Where are the Cavs playing tonight, Tyvis?
6.
I just, again, you guys didn't grow up. Dylan, you grew up like me. You grew up in the church. You say 666, everybody loses their mind. What is the 6 is Toronto?
We're talking about the 6.
Okay. but it's 6 repeating. Gets a little dicey for me is all I'm saying. So anyway, the NFL draft, now it's 8 minutes between picks instead of 10 in the first round. Will that speed things along tonight? Find out. We'll have all the coverage for you right here on the Fan starting at 8.
I heard they are.
No, is it 7 or 8?
It's 8. It's 8.
Okay, that's when the actual draft is starting.
The handsome update anchor told you twice already, but you don't listen to him.
I was not listening to him at all. But the handsome co-host of this show, Tyvis Powell, will be on that draft coverage with the Browns radio network. You can hear that on our station tonight as well.
I heard that they made this change because they found out that Tyvis was doing the show and then working this show in the morning.
Yeah, that's right.
And they were like, we need to speed this along so Tyvis can go to bed, get all his obligations out of the way, well rested.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Let me ask you this, Tyvis.
Wouldn't that be something if the world was that thoughtful?
Do we think that the Browns are picking at 24 right now? Yes or no? You have to. I know you can't bet on it, but if you could bet on it,
like will they make the pick?
Are they making the pick at 24? Are they picking somewhere else? Either they trade down, they trade up, they do something.
I think they're more likely to trade 24 than 6.
That's where I am too. I think they would.
So
I
much
think they'll
smoke
trade
about 6 that they'll trade up from 24.
The question I have though is, what do they trade? Because knowing the Browns organization as you and I both do, it wouldn't surprise me if next year they are still in the market for a quarterback.
Well, the Browns usually don't trade up. I don't think.
Well, but if they did trade that 24 pick to go up and get an offensive lineman, let's say, which we acknowledge they need a tackle. I wonder then if they do that, what would they possibly trade that would get a team to say, oh yeah, we'll swap picks with you for like 6 spots or 8 spots in that point in the draft.
One of them third rounders.
You think that's all it takes?
Probably a little bit more.
All right. I wonder if they would trade a player too. There's this guy they have on the roster who's going to have a lot of dead cap money after this year. Named Deshaun Watson.
Nobody would take him.
Trade. No, of course they would.
Who in their right mind would take him?
He's splitting reps as a number 1 quarterback.
Yeah, I was going to say, why would the Browns trade their opening day starting quarterback?
He was the only one that didn't throw a pick, according to the tracker. He should be leading the competition.
I don't want any more tracking of. I don't care what their offseason reps say. I don't care. I will click it every time you post it. Also, but I don't care. So yeah, that's. Fine. We'll have more draft coverage here in a second. We will talk with Zach Jackson, but I want to talk about an American hero very quickly.
Pat Tillman.
He is an American hero. Shout out to Pat Tillman. Good call by you. The guy I was thinking of, though, did something slightly less heroic, but still, I think, very heroic. Brad Reese, grandson of the founder of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. The Reese's family.
Lost his mind.
No, he hasn't. Thank God for Brad Reese, because this man is standing up to Big Candy, and I'm glad he's doing it. He has been critical of the Hershey Company. We've talked about this before, about switching out real milk chocolate for cheaper ingredients. So he recently did an interview with News Nation this month where he accused the Pennsylvania-based candy giant of swapping out milk chocolate.
I remember this.
For something called compound coating. Well, here's the thing. He criticized them around Valentine's Day because they made these little, like, heart chocolates that he said didn't even have chocolate in them. He said they were inedible. They were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Reese's came out and said
they was cutting back costs.
Well, no. They came back and said over the next couple years, we're going to phase out these compound coatings, whatever he was mad about, and we're going to replace it with real chocolate. We're going to get back to real chocolate. We agree with this guy that we should do that. He went back on the news and said, nope, not good enough. He said, you guys are just you're distracting. You're saying we're going to do this in a couple years. Everyone's going to go, oh, Reese has fixed it. They're not going to fix it. And he says they're lying to you. They don't care. They're not in the game like I am. They just bought Reese's. I was born Reese's. So he's still out here saying, keep an eye on him. He's going to go out and eat every piece of Reese's candy to make sure that it's still up to standard. And I respect that, is all I'm saying.
Nah.
He could just rest on his laurels and say, oh, my family's worth millions of dollars. We got all the Reese's money. We're fine. No, he still wants to fight this battle against big corporate chocolate, and I like that.
That's
Good
why
job.
I'm tired of this guy. The check already cashed. It's not yours anymore.
No,
it's not your problem.
It's his name.
He already spent the money, T-Bone.
No, it's his name. It's his name.
He's having buyer's remorse.
By the way, he didn't sell it. His parents
Or
did.
seller's remorse.
The family sold it. That's it. It's not your problem. It's not your business.
This is like Mark Cuban with Dallas Mavericks.
Exactly.
I don't know that it's the same thing because Mark Cuban bought the Dallas Mavericks and then sold it and then said, oh, I shouldn't have sold it. I was stupid. I did the wrong thing. This guy wasn't even like in charge when it got sold. He just made money off of it. I'm sure as his parents had it. But then he's sitting there saying, this is our family name. This is our name on it.
He gonna keep buying Reese's to keep eating to see if they switched it.
You know what? I'm going to join him. I'm going to also help him out in eating Reese's as much as possible. This is for quality control, Tyvus, not because I just want Reese's.
The Fan Cafe left you a message in the chat.
What does it say? Tell me what the Fan Cafe said.
The cafe just got back from Amsterdam with some delicious bake.
Thank God. Oh, it said they set one aside for Tyvus. Tyvus eats a thing maybe next week.
If Tyvus can't handle Sprite, he can't handle a snack from Amsterdam. Is
it a brownie? I'm guessing it's a brownie.
Yeah, that's right. That was a little late for 420, but let's make it happen. Next week, we'll do Tyvus Eats a Thing, and then Tyvus tries some drugs on the Fan. All right. Zach Jackson, he covers the Browns for The Athletic. We will find out from him. Are the Browns making two picks tonight, most likely? Where are they going to make those picks? We'll ask him in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvus on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Seeing a few disabled vehicles out on our roads right now. Starting over on the west side by Hilliard, we have 270 southbound. That's in between Cemetery Road and Roberts Road, where that left shoulder is blocked, not really causing a lot of traffic. Also, still watching a disabled vehicle north of Columbus. We're talking really just south of Westerville. It's affecting that 270 westbound ramp to Cleveland Avenue, so expect some lane closures out there as well. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. At Germain Toyota of Columbus, it's all about you, your drive, your style, and your budget. Stop in and see Marcello. He'll get you rolling. Germain Toyota of Columbus on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or check them out online at germaintoyota.net.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Remember the time producer Dylan said that Alabama should be in the playoffs and that Tyvus started yelling at him? Those were good times. And remember later that day when Tyvus punched him in the face? Classic stuff. Here's T-Bone and Tyvus.
Joining the program via the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fans Guest Hotline, we have Zach Jackson of The Athletic, the king of the one-liners. Zach, how you doing today? Are the Browns going to make the pick at 6?
Hello, Tyvus Powell. Good morning. I do not think they're going to make the pick at 6. Now, there's a lot of layers to that, like there is with everything you do in this draft, especially when you're in a situation like the Browns and you have dozens of needs and 2 first-round picks. But if I have to pick one or the other, it's pretty easily / pretty strongly that they trade back. I think they're not one player away. I think that there's not really a true left tackle that they would take at 6. And every vibe that I get, and I don't know if these are right or not, is that they're not necessarily in love with Carnell Tate. So people, dig in and take their sides on that. And they might just sit there and take Carnell Tate. They might just sit there and take somewhere else. But my gut feel is that they're going to trade back, look to add at least one more pick for this year, next year, and proceed probably smartly, as if this is more of a future rebuild than, hey, we're 1 or 2 players away from really taking off in 2026.
Well, as a Carnell Tate and Buckeye fan, I desperately want them to take Carnell Tate at 6, but let's presume that what you say happens then, and they end up trading back. Who do you think is the most likely trade partner in that scenario?
Dallas at 12 with the 2 first-rounders and multiple picks in the future. And Dallas being a potential not only fit for a Caleb Downs or a Sonny Styles, but now that the Giants are at 5 and 10, if the Giants go offense at 5, then Dallas might feel like they have to come to 6 to get that defensive player they really want and get a little personal. And also there's another NFC East team at 7 that a lot of people think are going defense too. So, I wouldn't rule out the Rams. I wouldn't rule out the Chiefs, who don't plan on picking in the top 10 again at all. So they might be willing to get a little bold. But, there's just been so much smoke with Dallas for so long, and that makes sense. So personally, I'm more interested in the next Dallas-Cleveland trade that might involve Myles Garrett about 3 months from now. But we're talking about tonight, and that one makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah. It never gets boring with the Browns. We know that in the offseason. This is when the Browns keep things interesting. The football season is where it gets less interesting. We tend to know where that goes. But
Zach,
where we shine is the offseason.
Zach, one of the interesting things that me and T-Bone, it's just this pit in my stomach that I have a feeling that Arvell Reese is going to slide. He's been so long projected to be number 2, and now it seems like David Bailey is the heavy favorite, and I think he's going to slide at 6. Like, if he's there, right, let's say that the Browns did make the trade with Dallas, do you think Dallas would choose Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs over Arvell Reese?
That's a great question. I don't think all 3 of them would be there, because if Arvell was to slide, that probably means Sonny Styles went to Tennessee, right, or to the Giants. And we're speculating. Like this is as goofy as a 2 through 5 as I can remember. I don't think the Browns would take Arvell Reese. I think that would strengthen the Browns' chances to trade up. But yeah, I think Dallas, I think the Rams, and I think the Saints would all be interested in coming up to get Arvell Reese if he's still there at 6. So that seems unlikely. To me, it seems like that even if he doesn't go at 2, that he will go at 3 or 5. But we don't know, Tyvus. And just, this week, just checking with people, like, nobody really seems to know. And I had one guy say, I looked at your mock draft and it's wrong, but he said it's not personal. He said that he feels like the Browns are one of three or four teams that are going to just buck convention if the right player is there. And I don't know if he meant Caleb Downs on that. I don't know who he meant, but we're all going to find out in about 12 hours.
Yes, Zach Jackson from The Athletic joining us in the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I laugh because tomorrow it goes into, will these guys work out in the new places that they go? But we've spent like 3 months saying, where are they going to go? So now we're still going to be speculating. It's just, what will we get wrong? Where they're going tonight, what they'll do after for the next 10 years. That's what we all get to argue about over the next few months. But I'm curious because a lot of people have talked about there being a shelf, a cliff, a drop-off, whatever you want to call it. I've heard numbers ranging. Tyvis was saying that some people feel like there's maybe 3 blue chippers in this draft. Everybody else is just, question marks. I've seen other people peg it more like 10 to 15. Where do you fall on the number of guys where you have for sure, no doubt type players, and then there's a drop-off?
I mean, I think Carnell Tate is a no doubt type player. Now, if people see him as more of a 1B or a really good number 2, I understand. But, I think this guy can be as good as T. Higgins, and T. Higgins is a star in this league. He's just not the best receiver on his own team, just like Carnell Tate is phenomenal but wasn't the best receiver on his own college team, right? And it's a great way to put it. It really is about fit. And every year when I go back, I was just laughing in my office this week looking at some of these names for the draft, and they get so much hype and so much argument and talk and all of these things. And, many of them just become really good NFL players and sign a second contract and make $100 million and help their team win 10 games. And they don't ever become a superstar, right? And that's what the Browns are looking for. The Browns would love another Carson Schlesinger. The Browns would love another Harold Fannin. And that's being obvious, but nobody was talking about those guys last year. Here in Northeast Ohio, we were talking about Harold Fannin because we knew him from Canton McKinley, but nobody was like, oh my gosh, this guy's going to be a star, right? So that's interesting. I think Sonny Styles obviously has complete star potential. I think Arvell Reese and David Bailey both have star potential, and those are the positions that you go after. But look at the receiver run and the money that Jackson Smith and Jigba just got. You're going to pay for these guys one way or the other. You can easily make the case for Carnell Tate. If the Browns don't think that Carnell Tate is explosive enough after the catch, or if the Browns really, really think that they can get 2 receivers later, then they pass on him. But otherwise, I think that they'll regret him because I think Carnell Tate is going to be a really good NFL player, even if he's not Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson.
Now, Zach, you've had a chance to go to practice, and obviously we've seen the quarterback tracker. So given what you saw in the quarterback tracker, is Deshaun Watson the starting quarterback week 1?
I mean, if they played this Sunday, it sure looks that way to me. But, Tyvis, that was the first of 3 practices, and they don't get an actual practice again until May 20th. It was the first practice with this head coach, and yes, we were out there. We were out there for an hour and 35 minutes on day 1. First day of school. What are you really learning, right? Even you behaved on the first day of school back in the day.
I tried to get kicked out. Trust me, I tried to get everything I could to get kicked out of class.
Right. So it looks like a football practice. It looks like a minicamp practice. There was some decent throws. There was a lot of sloppiness. There was Todd Monken saying words I couldn't repeat on the radio, right? It was the very start of things. For Deshaun Watson as the quarterback to make any sense, given where this organization is and is trying to go, he would have to play at a level that's so much higher than anything he's shown pre-injury or at any time during this embarrassing as hell 4 years that it's been. So to me, it just makes no sense. No, I don't call the shots. I just sit in the corner and tend to be right, quite frankly. So we will see. If they were playing this Sunday rather than celebrating their draft picks, then I do get the feeling that he would be first. But again, they're not back on the practice field after today until May 20th, and that's 10 OTAs. So by the time minicamp rolls around in the second week of June, I think we'll have a much better feel for what the practices have looked like, what's been adjusted, who's done some things. But right now, based off one impression, like I think it's really silly. And look, the Browns have done. I'm not going to sit here and rip my peers in the media, right? Like the Browns have done this to us. Why is there a quarterback tracker every year? Why do we spend February and March arguing about quarterbacks every year? Because this happens every year, and there hasn't been a winner. You know, the guys have taken the job for 2 years or 2.5 years or 3 games, right? But like the thought that Deshaun Watson is suddenly a good thing for this team is absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah, 100%. Always spot on. Always appreciate the time, Zach. Great stuff as always.
Thank
Have fun
you.
tonight, and good luck trying to sort through all the chaos of the next 48, 72 hours. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
There you go. Zach Jackson, Akron Jackson on Twitter. Great follow if you haven't followed him for The Athletic. Love talking with Zach any chance we get.
If Zach say it, it's probably true.
Well, so he's of the opinion they are not keeping pick 6, right?
If Zach Jackson say it, it's probably true.
Something to chew on. All right, someone is possibly going to jail over a hairdryer and a gambling app. I will explain this story to you next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
The roads just keep getting busier and busier out there. We do have a new crash over on the west side, 70 eastbound passing 142, just north of West Jefferson. That right shoulder is currently blocked. Downtown on 315 southbound, we are seeing a disabled vehicle at 40, also known as Broad Street. That right shoulder blocked out there. And over here on the east side between Gahanna and just outside of the airport, a crash on 270 northbound by McCutcheon Road and passing 62. That right lane there is blocked and causing some delays for you this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Protect your home or business with Ramos Roofing. Trusted roofing, siding, and gutter solutions with free estimates and flexible financing. Call 614-761-7663 or visit RamosRoofingOhio.com today. Ramos Roofing. Reliable, local, built right.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with a $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Spring into savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, drive your new Hyundai with payments as low as $94 per month for a 2-year lease. Get spring lease savings on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit payment on 26 Elantra SE, $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year ends $430.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Matty Ice here. April showers bring May flowers and incredible savings at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Spring into a brand new 26 Chevy Silverado 1500 and save up to $13,000 off MSRP. Plus, you can get rates as low as 1.9% with approved credit. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details. We're talking serious power, serious capability, and a seriously low price. You can find them just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, we'll foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. April's the perfect time to reset your home for the long run, and Universal Windows Direct makes that decision easy. Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit. The more you upgrade, the more you save. Plus 24 months with no payments and no interest. And if you need some more, how about a $500 bonus off your home improvement project? Schedule your free estimate today. Call 614-502-5220, universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Bishop and Friends.
Defending national champions, chasing immortality, perfection, all of it. Sometimes you need a history lesson, and sometimes you got to go way back.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Put more money back in your pocket this spring with special rates as low as 8.99% APR on debt consolidation loans from BMI FCU. Transfer your high-interest credit cards today. Apply at bmifcu.org/consolidate.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. I love my Kubota tractor, RTV, and zero-turn I got from Green & Sons, and you can check them out online at greenandsons.com or visit them in store in Mount Sterling or north of Marysville and Raymond for all your Kubota needs.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Every time Tyvus laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvus.
Would you like to transform your garage? Well, if so, that means your garage has some issues. Perhaps it has stains in the concrete, some pitting in the concrete. Maybe you just have big old cracks running through your concrete in your garage and you say, ugh, I need to fix it, but I don't know how. That's not my skill. Maybe even tried to get someone to come out before and put down epoxy or paint to cover it, and now that isn't working. Now that paint is chipping. Well, the answer, my friend, comes from Comer & Cross. They can transform your garage with a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in just one day. Yes, that's right. You'll love this. It's the gold standard for garage floors, guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. Plus, right now, they are taking 50% off of installation, 50% off of installation when you call them at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR today. They will come out, like I said, do this all in a day, take everything out of your garage. Their pros will install this product, and it's guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like we said. So get it for 50% off on installation right now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or comercross.com. That is COMER cross.com.
You know, one of the things that Browns fans are scarred about is that you missed out on a chance to get Julio Jones because you traded that pick away. Mm-hmm. And then another receiver is you had a chance to get Mike Evans, but you traded that pick away.
Yeah.
Do you see Cardinal Tate and Jordan Tyson being of that ilk?
I think, yeah, okay. Of that ilk, meaning starter in the NFL for 8 to 10 years.
I mean, those guys are like...
Those guys are Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Okay, but here's my point is how many guys that the Browns have drafted have been no doubt starting wide receiver for the 8 or 10 years. Like, there's a level between
zero.
Right.
We have a problem with drafting quarterbacks and receivers,
which kind of makes offenses tough to come by if you can't get quarterback or receiver right, given that's essentially the passing game.
The Browns have to luck into those things.
No, the Browns have to go, we have a tight end who can catch, though, so let's call him like our A1 wide receiver. And it's, and David Njoku and now Harold Fannin. Like, we're making this thing of, like, we'll just throw it to our tight end instead. And that's fine. I love having a great pass-catching tight end, but I would like to have a stud wide receiver. And what I'm saying is, isn't there a vast gulf in between yellow or gold jacket heading to Canton, no doubter, Hall of Famer, and draft bust or guy who's out of the league in 4 years? Whatever happened to just drafting a guy who's like, yeah, he's an 8 to 10 year pro. He'll probably touch 1,000 yards a few times. He'll be a reliable guy for you, a veteran player.
In today's NFL,
you don't want that.
1,000 yards ain't even enough.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is a guy who's, all right, let's say 1,200. What's the number for you that's like a couple?
About 1,200.
I'm saying a couple exceptional seasons, a handful of really good seasons.
Give me a 1,500-yard season. He give me that. That's all pro. I mean, that's.
But I'm saying, is that a guy who's going to Canton? If you have 1 or 2 all-pro seasons and you're otherwise like a top 10 receiver most of the time you're in the league.
So
that's probably not going to Canton. But I want that guy.
So let me get this right. You said he's going to have 2 seasons where he's first-team all-pro. So that means I would imagine he's leading the league in receiving.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
or he's up, or he's
or like
close
top
to
5.
it. Yeah, he's top 5.
Nah,
yeah,
if
something like that.
If you first team All Pro, then you should be probably leading the league in receiving yards.
Well, don't you get how many receivers make All Pro?
2.
And there's how many All Pro teams?
Well,
2.
they make first team All Pro.
So
yeah.
it's top 5-ish.
Yeah. So if you're like, I'm saying,
no, we talking first team All Pro.
Okay,
We ain't talking second. First team.
Hang on, Tyvis. My point here is you're asking me if Carnell Tate's going to be a Hall of Famer, and if not, it sounds like you're saying, well, then do you want to draft him at 6? My answer is yes, because even if I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, I do think his floor is like 8 to 10 year solid, not solid, really good NFL receiver who may be a top 5 receiver for a few of those years. Yeah, the Browns haven't drafted those guys. Sign me up for that guy. And if he turns into Hall of Famer, well, great. But I think his floor is good enough that he's worth a pick at 6. And then he gives you a veteran for 8 to 10 years minimum who's really good.
Connor in the chat said that you're referring to someone like prime Chris Godwin and Nico Collins.
Do you know what? That's a great example. I was going to say if Carnell turned into a healthier Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
Would you guys be cool with the Browns?
I'd take him as yes, because I want the Browns to get someone who has.
It depends on what Jordan Tyson is.
No. All right, fine. Fine. But since we're here and since we're Buckeye fans, I'm just saying for me, I'm going with the guy that I've watched like go up and get balls in between 2 guys, no problems, no questions asked, Carnell Tate. I'm going for him.
Have you ever watched Jordan Tyson's highlights?
I've watched Jordan Tyson's highlights too. That's fine. I know that I have a little bit more experience. I feel more comfortable with Carnell Tate. That's all I'm saying. As a Buckeye fan,
I feel like a lot of people are there.
But either way, I'm just saying, like, if he's not going to Canton, then don't draft him. That to me is that's how the Browns get too cute and stupid.
The reason
they're like, I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer.
No.
If he's a 10-year guy who's going to be really good, then draft him at 6. I take him.
The reason I ask you this is because we know the Browns like to look into the future, so they will look at it as
they're mirrored. That thing is fogged up.
No,
whatever they're looking through, they can't see.
I'm saying the reason being is because they'll say, well, maybe we don't view them. Zach just said that they're not higher on Carnell Tate. Okay, if that's the case, then maybe they look at this receivers like there is no Julio Jones and no Mike Evans. But next year, you got 2 guys that will be. You got 2 guys that will be and JJ and Jeremiah Smith and Cam Coleman. So therefore, maybe they're like, maybe if we just trade and try to get that pick next year and get that Julio Jones, this guy next year, like I'm just saying,
you have fired me up so much with that because this is
how they think sometimes.
Yeah, they do. They do think like that, and you know what that is a prime example of? That's what they do every freaking year is go, well, all right, this year there's not really studs in this draft, but next year there is, and it's like every year there's a handful of guys who are really good. Would we not say 90% of the time there's at least 5 guys in every draft who end up being Hall of Fame caliber? Yes, some of those guys come from the 4th round, and no one saw it coming. But there's at least a handful of guys in the 1st round every year who tend to be all-pro level guys. You have the 6th pick. Find that guy. If you can't, and if you're always going, well, but next year there'll be can't miss guys in the top 20, then you're just telling me you don't know how to draft. Why even have the 6th pick? Who can? Why do you ever trade all your 1st round picks away then? Because you're telling me at 6, if you can't find that guy, you can't evaluate talent. You have the 6th overall pick. Go make the pick that gets me an all-pro level guy. And if it's not a wide receiver, if you don't think that guy exists in this draft, fine. Pick another position. You got plenty of them on this team that need to be better. So go pick the offensive lineman who's going to be an all-pro. Go get that guy then. But make a pick at 6 instead of always saying, well, but next year. Oh, next year. Next year, I hope you're drafting 32. That's what a good team would do is say, we don't want to be up here. We want to be down in the 25th or below because we're a playoff team. But instead, the Browns will go, yeah, but next year's top 10 pick could be awesome. Great. So defer to next year if you want to, at your own peril.
As a graduate of the Common Man and T-Bone School of Cynicism,
sure.
I don't think it matters who the Browns pick because they're the Browns.
Oh, fair enough.
The Browns would have picked Mike Evans or Julio Jones, when Tyvis brought up Mike Evans and Julio Jones today, we would have been like, who?
Oh, yeah.
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
I think maybe if they draft Jeremiah Smith next year, he might be immune to the Brownsness.
Right.
But I just don't think it matters who they pick. They're the problem.
Hang on. Look, I'm a cynical. You just said it's the Common Man and T-Bone School of Cynicism, but they did pick Myles Garrett. That guy is so they occasionally they do find one who's like, well, that guy's a Hall of Fame.
They hit on the number 1 overall pick like half the time. Cool. That's terrible.
I truly believe. Believe the Browns are going to. If Zach Jackson is right, which again I give Zach a lot of credit, they will take Jordan Tyson, and I'll be right because they have not. There has not been one mock draft, and they have not said a thing. But they did attend his workout on that Friday, so nobody said anything about that. But I think they will take Jordan Tyson.
If they pick Jordan Tyson,
you got Prime on Twitter talking about he's different. Jordan Tyson is different.
Okay.
If they pick Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate's the All-Pro. If they pick Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson's the All-Pro.
That's probably how it's going to go. It does feel like how it's going to go. This is a cursed franchise. All right, so we didn't get to this story. I have to tell you about the person going to jail over a hairdryer and gambling. You will hear that story next. Plus, next hour, there's a ton of draft talk, and we will get some Bengals talk in as well because I know Bengals fans are like, yeah, we traded our pick, but we just stop existing as a franchise. I've got some Bengals discussion as well coming up next hour, but we'll talk about the hairdryer and the gambling next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
As you head towards the east side, do know we are seeing a crash 70 eastbound by State Route 317 North, also known as Hamilton Road. That's right before Bryce, folks. That right lane is currently blocked and still seeing a couple lanes blocked on 270. It's in that northbound direction, passing 62 by McCutcheon Road. This is over by the airport. Still an active investigation and seeing going on out here. Thankfully, just merged towards the left side. You got more lanes to use out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
It's time to choose happiness again. With the weather being warmer, my kids want to go outside and play. But my knee pain used to ruin these moments with my kids. Until I got with Dr. Tesner and his medical team at QC Kinetics. They relieved my knee pain right there in the office that day. So if you say yes to any of these questions I'm about to ask, then you're the kind of patient that QC Kinetics regenerative treatment help every day. I have consistent joint pain in my knees, hips, and shoulders or back. Pain keeps me from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to the activities that I enjoy. I don't want surgery or a long recovery. I am at the end of my rope, taking medication every day just to get through the day. Did you answer yes to any of these questions? Today could be your day to turn that corner and finally get relief. QC Kinetics are easy, done in the office here in Dublin and Gahanna. The consultation is free, so don't wait. It will be the most meaningful thing you do for yourself and the people who care about you. Call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Before the lights go down, before the first chord hits, start your night the right way with Jameson Irish Whiskey at the ultimate pre-concert party. Join us at the O-On Lane for ice-cold drinks, great vibes, and the smooth taste of Jameson flowing all night long. Grab your crew, raise a glass, and get concert ready with Jameson specials, music, and the kind of energy that only happens before the show. Jameson at the O-On Lane, where the night really begins. Drink responsibly. Taste responsibly. Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025. Imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code FUEL for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FUEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's FUEL.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Common Man here for Germain Volkswagen. Right now, you get $3,000 over Kelly Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event at both Germain Volkswagen of Columbus and Germain Volkswagen of Westerville. Plus, during Volkswagen Driver Days, interest rates can't get any lower on the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas and the 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan. Available to qualified customers on approved credit through Volkswagen Financial Services. See dealer for full details. Get started now at GermainVolkswagen.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The NFL draft is finally here. Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza is expected to go number 1 overall. And as many as 4 Buckeyes could get drafted in the first 10 picks. You can catch coverage of the draft right here on The Fan starting at 8 o'clock. Former Cincinnati Reds pitcher Nick Martinez dominated his old team, giving up just 1 run over 8 innings as the Redlegs fell to the Rays 6-1, snapping the Reds' 5-game win streak, since he will try to get back in the win column at home tomorrow night versus Detroit. Meanwhile, the Guardians were shut out 2-0 against the Houston Astros yesterday, and tonight the Cleveland Guardians will be in Toronto for Game 3 of their series, with the Raptors. Cavs currently lead that 1-2-0. This update is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180, a 10-week medication-free plan. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
If your kid is complaining about not wanting to go to school, blast the volume on this show. You won't have any more problems. This is T-Bone and Titus.
All right. I have a lot of audio from people who are talking about the draft because I don't know if you know this. The draft is tonight. We have all the coverage for you right here on The Fan. Starting at 8, we will have the Browns NFL Draft Show, the Browns Network, with Ken Carman hosting, Nathan Zagura hosting, and some guy named Tyvis Powell hosting as well.
Never heard of him.
Live from Cleveland, live from Berea. You said earlier on the show, your studio in Berea is in the facility up there.
Yes.
You will be staring out the glass windows of that studio.
Yep. I'm going to see Todd Monken, AB, all of them.
You will see them all walking. You said whenever a pick is about to be made, you will see them
walking. It's a whole, 25 people walking in that room.
Now, what happens when there's a trade? I mean, last year they traded from 2. Do you remember? Was there a lot of commotion going on prior to that? Because I'm wondering if you will see commotion around pick 4 or something.
I knew when I got there, they let me know that the pick was traded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I knew that the pick was traded. Obviously, I couldn't say nothing until it officially happened.
Look at that. You were like Jay Glazer. Jay Glazer said this yesterday. He was on Wake Up Barstool, and he said about that they asked him, what's the juiciest rumor you've heard about the NFL draft?
No, I know something that's going on. I just can't say it yet because I was told you can't say it. Told, we're kind of getting on the clock there.
Okay. So great. So he knows. By the way, if you missed this, I predicted earlier, something is going to happen in the NFL draft that will shock you tonight. And I know about it. I just can't say it either. So tomorrow, when this happens, just remember I told you first. I'm right. Just like Jay Glazer. I know something that I can't tell you yet, but I know it's happening. Tyvis may know something too, and he's not telling us.
Nah,
we're all keeping secrets here.
I would at least hint at it.
I just hinted at it right there. I said, I know something that's happening. You just have to wait and see.
Right now, I know nothing.
That's right. All right. So
Caleb Downs at 6.
I've got more audio from draft experts telling you all the things they think coming up next. I would love, by the way, Caleb Downs at 6.
But
as a Browns
because
fan.
the Cowboys traded up for 6 and they drafted Caleb Downs.
That's how that's going to work. You're right.
That's probably what's going to happen too.
All right.
He gonna be a Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer, and I'm gonna be like we all kind of every Buckeye fan probably knew that would happen.
Are you guys? I mean, obviously, I know Tyvis. You like to gamble
on the NFL all the time, on the regular.
Not allowed. Yay, that'll free up your evening. You want to break that? You want to break that news right now, Tyvis? That'll free up your evening tonight. You won't be working for the Browns anymore.
That's one mistake that I won't make right there.
So you won't be doing a Bernie Kosar apparently on that. But so the gambling apps are obviously a thing that we're aware of. There's now the prediction market apps too, which technically are not gambling. They're not. Yeah, Kalshi is one. There's another one that is called Polymarket. Okay, Polymarket is the one that got this situation happening. So you can bet on almost anything on these prediction markets, up to and including what the high temperature will be in a certain region of the world or the country or whatever, right? So you can literally go on there. They'll have a temperature that says, will today's temperature be over or under 77? And then you can go on there and say, there's a market there for it. You can basically buy a prediction market, a wager on this is what it feels like, right? Now, somehow this is not governed the same way as sports gambling, but maybe someday it will be. So in France, they had a bit of an issue. Someone made $34,000 on Polymarket on a prediction for the high temperature in Paris for a couple different days. And they couldn't figure out how this person was doing it. Well, now we know. According to France's National Meteorological Service, Météo France, they have filed a criminal complaint following suspected tampering with a weather sensor at Paris's Charles de Gaulle Airport. There were 2 anomalies, one on April 6th, one on April 15th, that coincided with payouts totaling approximately $34,000 on the prediction market. Apparently what they said happened was somebody went on the prediction market and predicted that it would be a much higher temperature than it normally would have. Like, let's say if the normal temperature was 70 degrees Fahrenheit, they were putting it at like 82 or some big variance.
Okay.
So there was very bad odds for that, or very good odds for this player, but they thought there's no way you're going to get that, right? Well, they found out this person allegedly went to the Charles de Gaulle Airport, found where the temperature monitor is, like the temperature sensor that they get this reading from. He went there and supposedly took a hairdryer, put it on the thing, and turned it on for 2 minutes. It spiked the temperature up over 80 degrees, and then immediately dropped. He took it off. It went back down. No one ever checked to verify, hey, how did this thing spike like that? He won because this Polymarket measures that airport's temperature reading as the decider if that is the temperature or not. So he did this twice, and apparently they eventually caught him because the actual meteorologists who use this device were going, why are we getting like a random 2-minute spike when it's not, it never does this otherwise? And they started checking security camera footage and apparently found this guy. So now he's been arrested and faces jail time over trying to win on Polymarket with a hairdryer.
This is as bad as somebody bet money that it'll be a streaker at the Super Bowl, and then they become the streaker at the Super Bowl.
Hey, you know what though?
That's what this is.
I have a little bit of a hot take on this. I actually support this person doing this because if you're gonna put the market out there that's so unregulated and stupid that like even the streaker at the Super Bowl, it's like if you're gonna make a market for that, well, then I don't blame someone for saying...
You should vote yes. You should pick yes on that every year because there's 100% going to be a streaker.
Well, right. Or like the fact that they do the prop bet with the Gatorade. If I'm in charge of the Gatorade, I'm just going to be like, what's the one that's the lowest rated? Oh, they said blue is like 10-1. Blue it is. And then I just dump blue in there. Tell my buddies, like, you better go bet on blue. Like, if you're going to be stupid enough to put something that's so easily manipulated out there, then I don't blame people for you. It's the system that's the problem, not the people on this, in my opinion. Why would you have something where you could bet on the high temperature of the day? That's open to somebody trying to find a way to manipulate that system and find a way to heat up that sensor.
It's not a bet. Did. It's not a bet. It's a market, T-Bone.
I'm sorry. It's a market. It's not a wager.
Get it right.
Even though it works just like a bet. And if you do get it right, you get paid.
Fixed. It's fixed.
Unlike all the other markets that we deal with, Tyvis, unlike, Wall Street, where it's all just on the up and up. No one gets any insider information. You follow like a senator on Twitter. Suddenly you find out if you tail their bets. Their wagers, their investments. Suddenly you find out, hey, they dumped 8 million shares of defense contractor spending. I wonder why. Next day, the war is ending. What do you know? Oh, hey, someone saw that coming. I'm not conspiratorial about that at all. Also, lots of conspiracies abound about the, NFL draft and about who's going to go where. I have seen somebody who I actually think makes a lot of sense talking about one Buckeye player who I think is getting not the love that he should, and that is Caleb Downs. Here's Nick Saban talking about Caleb Downs' game.
Well, I would say that when he played for us as a freshman, he would have been the first safety taken in the draft. The guy is so instinctive. He's got really good ability. He is a phenomenal person, and he is a football junkie, and he is just so instinctive on the field and such a fast reactor. Now, he plays better. Everybody questions whether he can play in a deep part of the field. He can play in a deep part of the field, but when he's in a deep part of the field and he comes downhill, he's going to bust your ass.
He thumps.
He's a thumper. Now, and the only negative I would say to him, and I talked to him on the phone the other day, and it was the same thing when he played for us. He tries to butt him to the ground. He hits him so hard. I said, how about trying to wrap him up a little bit?
There you go. That's Nick Saban on Pat McAfee's show talking about that. Do you have any disagreement with that assessment?
No, not at all. I think that I was just funny because I was just looking at his game against Miami because Taylor Lewan, the former Wolverine guy. Or no, excuse me, he went to Michigan State, didn't he?
Taylor Lewan? No, he's Michigan. He's Michigan.
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah. He just tweeted out 8 hours ago, I'm clearly not a fan of Ohio State, but this is one of the best college football players I've ever watched. It hurt to write this tweet. And it's just videos of Caleb Downs. And it's funny because I was looking at his hit on Malachi Tony in the Cotton Bowl or whatever bowl that was in. Yeah, it was Cotton Bowl. And he didn't wrap up, but he knocked the ball loose. And I was like, yeah, you got to wrap up in the league. You got to wrap up. So it was funny hearing him say that because that's literally the first thought that came to my mind when I seen him make that play.
And I'm sure he will. But I stand by this. I mean, Ravens defense was great for so many years. They had Ed Reed. You guys, Legion of Boom, did they have any safeties that could hit and play and do positional stuff? Yes.
I talk Cam. What do you know?
Fine. A lot of safeties that were very, very good on great defenses. You want to build
Polamalu?
Right. You want to build a great defense? Go get Caleb Downs. Positionally, safety's not as good as left tackle. I don't give a bleep. There's not a left tackle in this draft that is going to be as good at their position as Caleb Downs is going to be at safety. So do you want a guy who can actually play, or do you want to get, but left tackle is more valuable? I'd go with the guy who could play if I were in that spot. And if he falls to the Browns at 6 and they have a chance to take him, I would take him. I don't care. I don't care if they don't need a safety. They need a Hall of Fame level guy, and Caleb Downs could be a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. All right, what happens if your team doesn't have a top 10 pick in this draft? It could get dicey. You'll hear why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Thursday morning to you. If you live over on the west side, listen up. We are seeing not one, but 2 different incidents in the same area, though. 70 eastbound, the main target. The first one's going to be a disabled vehicle, but the right shoulder is blocked in that area passing 142. But also, right before 142, the right shoulder is blocked with a crash out in that area, so looking at some intense slowdowns out there. Also, for our friends in Plain City, heading towards Dublin, there's a crash on 33 eastbound at 161. That left shoulder is blocked. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Columbus drivers, Ford is making it easy to drive home happy with special financing that works for all credit situations. At Capital Ford of Columbus, save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining 2025 Ford Escapes in stock. No matter your credit, Capital Ford of Columbus has programs to get you approved fast and into any new or used Ford in stock. Don't miss out. These incredible offers end April 30th. Head to Capital Ford of Columbus at 1090 South Hamilton Road today or get pre-approved at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
Protect your home or business with Ramos Roofing. Trusted roofing, siding, and gutter solutions with free estimates and flexible financing. Call 614-761-7663 or visit RamosRoofingOhio.com today. Ramos Roofing. Reliable, local, built right.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending, the original home of the no-cost mortgage. If you've been in the market for a new home or just wanted to take advantage of lower rates, recent events have shown exactly why Miller Lending chose to offer a way around bad timing with our no closing cost program. With no fees rolled in or charged, including the cost of title insurance, you can simply close on today's rates and refinance free of charge as rates improve. Over the past several months, we spoke to numerous borrowers who had heard rates were coming down and chose to wait. We explained that if rates did fall, you could simply update a few documents and refinance again, but why take the chance? So when rates spiked a 0.5% recently, not only was I disappointed that we couldn't help those who waited, but also for those buying a home who just saw a sharp increase to their monthly payment. So while we can't control the market, we can offer an alternative. Eliminate timing and say goodbye to closing costs forever. 877-9-NO-COST or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
The Fan has a secret radio station. It's called The Fan 2. You can listen to the Bob and Tom Show, Jim Rome, and Buckeye stuff. Why do they pay me big money to whisper? The Fan 2 is on the Fan's HD2 channel and streaming on the Fan app. You're welcome.
Who's Vice President J.D. Vance's pick for Ohio Treasurer? America First conservative Jay Edwards. As the first state lawmaker to endorse Donald Trump for president, Jay Edwards has been on the front lines, standing up to the rhinos and leftists since day one. Now, we need a MAGA fighter who protects our Ohio tax dollars as our treasurer. And that's what Jay Edwards has always done. He sponsored the largest tax cut in Ohio history, saving families over $3.1 billion. Jay Edwards has never been afraid to do what's right and fight for our values. That's why he's a 100% pro-life and 100% pro-gun conservative, earning the highest possible rating from Ohio gun owners. He's the proven America First leader we need to clean up fraud and keep our money safe. Endorsed by J.D. Vance. Jay Edwards for Ohio Treasurer.
Paid for by Friends of Jay Edwards.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A quiet start to the day for us with a few clouds and temperatures in the 40s and 50s. And then this afternoon, mostly sunny skies and warmer with highs in the low 80s. We do have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. For tonight, partly cloudy with overnight lows in the 50s. And then for Friday, we do have a chance again of showers and storms the second half of the day. Otherwise, warm and breezy with mostly sunny skies and highs in the mid to low 80s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The two most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants.
The pervert and the skivvies.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. One of these men is bald and fat. The other is T-Bone. You're listening to T-Bone and Tybus.
You can always tweet the program at Bone and Tybus 971 on Twitter, or you can always jump in the YouTube chat. Me and Connor are having a funny exchange in there right now. I have no idea who Richard Sherman is. I've never heard of him in my life. I think he was a guy that was on the practice squad or something like that. So, yeah, having fun there. You know what, though? It got me thinking, speaking of practice squad, it made me start thinking about something that Andrew Berry. First of all, I think that the draft is different now for Cleveland because I think there was a lot of noise in the room. I think it was a lot of voices. You know, you had Kevin, you had AB, you had Paul DePodesta, and all these other people that was all in there. Well, they've eliminated a lot of that noise, and I think that they're truly letting AB just do his thing with this. And I think he might have got a little glimpse of that last year, and I think that's why he was able to hit on some of those picks. But to me, what's funny is we spend so much time talking about the first 2 picks that we just neglect the rest of the draft. And I get it because all the talent is obviously in the first round. But if you truly want to make your mark and you see where AB has made his mark, it wasn't even like Mason Graham was fine. But like we're talking Carson Schlesinger, Harold Fanning, Quinshon Judkins. Those guys weren't first round picks. So it's interesting to me that they do a really good job of finding talent in the later rounds. And I think that to me is very valuable as well.
They did a good job last year getting a couple guys.
I mean, they've done it before. I mean, Alex Wright was a what, 3rd or 4th round pick. Martin Emerson was a 3rd round pick or something like that.
Yeah, but that's like
Mike Hall was a 2nd round pick. Like they've done a decent job finding
that's like
some players.
1 to 2 guys every draft is what I'm saying.
Well, that's what you need. So you pair that with the first round picks. Now you're talking about 3 to 4 guys. That's what you need.
Yeah, but like to go back with Andrew Berry's record on Brown's draft picks, like what I get frustrated by and why I want them to make the pick at 6 is because at some point there is a level where this drops off. And there's been a big debate about that. But the Browns are at a point in 6 where they have the ability to draft someone who is a difference maker, whoever that may be, whoever they think that is, but they will be still in the wheelhouse of still guys who are there who are excellent, who are probably day one immediate impact players. Let me help you with what I'm talking about. Tom Pelissero, who was with NFL Network, covers the NFL. He was on with Rich Eisen on his show. And this is Tom Pelissero talking about where the line is for the drop-off between the great players and then the just really, really good players.
There's always a cliff in the first round. There's never 32 first-round grades.
Right.
But in this draft, there's 12 to 15 guys. And so it's a combination of, if you're in the middle, I either got to go up and get my guy or I want to get out of here. And a lot of the teams in the back half of the first round are actively trying to move back and get more picks because you're better off taking roughly the same guy. A head coach said it to me a short time ago, the guy you're getting at 15 and 80 are not that different.
No kidding.
In this draft. It's a very, very short list. I mean, think about the fact that the Bengals trade for Dexter Lawrence when they had the number 10 pick. Trades like that never happen. But what Cincinnati found was they only had 7 blue chip players on their board. You know, you got the blue and you got the red, the legit first rounders, but the blue chips are the instant difference makers for this team.
Yes.
When they were going through their mock draft exercises, none of those guys were coming to them at 10.
Okay. So which on that Bengals pick, I have thoughts on that in a second, but to stick with the Browns, like you have pick number 6. I would guess Andrew Berry has more than 6 players in this entire draft that he views as blue chippers. Wouldn't you think? So one of those guys is probably going to be available to you. Go get him.
When they better take him.
Right. So
position be dang.
All this talk about trading out of, 6. And I know, like,
what if it's Ty Simpson?
Well, then I have to question if we understand what blue chip means, because I was someone who was kind of high on Ty Simpson earlier last year, and then as I watched the college football season go along, I know he dealt with injuries. They had no running game, but also he did not look good. And I don't know if you know this when
Charles
you get to
Davis said he's not a first round pick.
Right. And I tend to agree with that assessment more. It's not that he couldn't eventually become a good player or something like that, but he's not going to come in day one and change your team. I do think Fernando Mendoza, for example, would do that. I think he's that level of guy. But either way, the point here is there's a drop-off. So, like, the Browns are sitting firmly in the spot where the drop-off has not happened yet. Go get one of those guys who's a blue-chip guy. If you trade out of that, now you're trading into the land where suddenly you could be picking as if that's true, what Tom Pelissero is saying. Again, that's one GM's opinion he's talking about. They view 15 and 80 as not being that different. So you're telling me if you would trade to get another pick or something to move back from 6 to what is like 13 is one of the ones, right? I think the Rams pick is at 13.
Yeah.
There's thoughts they might move up to get Cardinals 8.
12, so
I legit don't think the Cowboys are moving up because I don't recall ever seeing Dallas do deals like that. But maybe this is the year where Jerry gets bold and decides to do something. He talks a big game and then never does stuff like that. But If they actually do that.
There's only one other team outside of the Browns that'll say blank them picks, and that's the Rams.
Well, that's what I mean. But if the Rams do that, now you've put yourself at 13, and what would the Rams have then at that point? They just have the one pick, so they're going to have to give you something else. So I'm just saying,
because they traded it to Kansas City.
Yeah, you'd have 13 and 24, and then you'd still get some more picks in the second and third round.
But that's not worth it. Unless the Rams giving you but then getting the first for next year for the Rams ain't worth it either because they're going to be in the playoffs. So now you looking at pick 24.
Do you see why I call this trade back? Because, you could get more picks for next year. Ready to go. Make a pick this year. Stop kicking the eventually, the Browns' plan is apparently to get 32 picks in year 2037. And then they will trade them all next year.
OKC did.
Just make the pick at 6. You're going to get someone awesome. I don't understand why. If you're any good at your job, you're getting someone awesome. Now, if you're not good at your job, then kick the can down the road and tell me how you're going to beat second and third rounders that'll maybe turn into first round level talent guys, or make the pick. Now, on the Bengals side of things, Tom Pelissero brought up that point that that's why the Bengals traded out, and I find that to be very interesting because that's at the time when they got Dexter Lawrence. I think both you and I said, do they think there's anyone in this draft who helps them at that position in the top 10? That clearly their answer was no. We'd rather get Dexter Lawrence, who we know can help us. Here's more on that situation.
If you're talking about getting a blue chip player, they regarded Dexter Lawrence as a blue chip player. And as one person involved in those discussions told me, 10 would have been a slow death. In other words, every time that they were mapping it out, who could take who might fall to us, they were getting somebody they didn't regard as an instantaneous difference maker. Whereas from the Giants' perspective, they're not going to take an edge rusher, obviously. They're not getting Fernando, nor would they take a quarterback. So for them, they now have 2 in the top 10, which if you subtract the David Baileys and Arvell Reese and Ruben Baines, Fernando Mendoza's, they're going to get 2 of their top 6 or 7 players, which for the Giants makes sense, which really made that a win-win. And for Dexter Lawrence getting a bump over the next couple of years in salary, a win for him as well.
So, I mean, I find the Bengals strategy there very interesting. I don't blame them at all because what is the goal of getting a top 10 pick? What's the goal of that is to find a starter who helps you out.
Yeah.
Did they just do that? Obviously, it's not as cheap as a first-round pick, but you got a guy who there's not a lot of questions about in Dexter Lawrence. I don't think. I mean, we went through the numbers when they made that trade. When they made that trade,
trade the pick. I think because everybody keeps saying that they go trade the pick.
You're talking about the Browns?
Yeah, they go trade the pick.
No, but on the Bengals side of things, you get why the Bengals did this.
9 blue chippers, though. That's gonna happen.
Well, you get why the Bengals did this, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, they looked at this draft and said there aren't 25 guys that we think are no doubters. They looked and said, there's more like 8 or 10. Apparently, according to Tom Pelissero, they said there were 7. So, like, I'm saying, however you slice it, if you are an NFL GM, most of them has said it's somewhere between, 8 and 12 is kind of the number you keep hearing of, like, how many blue chip guys there are. Browns are sitting there at 6. That's a great decision for them. Bengals had to trade out of that because they looked at it and said, we can't get a star power like that. We can't get someone who's going to help us out right away.
I'm interested to see what they do in the second round. If they hit on another...
The Bengals?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like, they get that dude from Tennessee that keep dropping because his knee is messed up, and they get him and his knee is fine.
Oh,
like a Will Johnson situation from last year.
I forget the corner's name.
Jermod McCoy.
There you go. Right.
If they get him, they might be cooking with grease.
I'm telling you, this Bengals team is so intriguing to me because if Joe Burrow and his body made of glass can stay healthy long enough for an entire season.
Well, they say this is a make or break year. Like, if it don't work this year, they say Joe leaving.
Well, right. I've seen all the mock-ups of him going to different places with different uniforms on, all that stuff. But it's shocking that the Bengals have now only decided after it's gotten to that point where Joe Burrow's like, I don't even know if I like football anymore. Now they've decided to make some moves in the offseason to fix this defense. And I guess they've tried in the past. They've just failed at it.
The offseason of Joe Burrow if he requests a trade.
Yeah, I know. All right. We're going to talk about the best landing spots for Buckeyes coming up in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Slowdowns really growing over on the east side. We're talking by Gahanna and just north of the airport. 270 northbound, a crash passing 62. That right lane is blocked, but backups as far back as 270 over by Broad Street as you're heading towards places like Taylor Station. So to avoid it, take this detour 270, getting off and taking North Hamilton Road instead. That will take you all the way towards Morse Road. Once you get there, you'll head northbound to 270 eventually in that direction. Lastly, Southeast Columbus, a crash on 270 northbound passing 33. That right shoulder is blocked. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The rain is coming soon. How can I prepare? My sump pump's getting really old and floods are not that rare.
You're right to think ahead before you're out of luck. I'll check it out with expert care for $37. Client satisfaction guaranteed. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Educators, healthcare workers, first responders, and military. The Columbus Aviators salute you with $10 tickets to any home game. Get yours at UFLaviators.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
This spring, take a break from interest with 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucsons. 0%. Go now, Columbus or Dublin or GLakesHyundai.com. With approved credit ends 4/30.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning Juice weekday mornings at 6 by searching 971 The Fan. Do it. Just a reminder, Tyvus thinks all pizza tastes the same. Also a reminder, Tyvus was born without taste buds. You're listening to Bone and Tyvus.
If you have missed anything from the program, don't worry. You can always hear it on podcast. Wherever you get a podcast, just search T-Bone and Tyvus. It'll be right there for you. It's all brought to you by our friends at Capital Ford of Columbus. But yeah, it comes to your device free of charge. Whenever you do that, if you hit subscribe, like, follow on your favorite podcast app, T-Bone and Tyvus, the podcast. Find it, live it, love it. I don't know. Also, 90 minutes from now, Bishop and Friends, going to be talking with James Laurinaitis, which on my plug sheet, usually it says like, oh, they're having on Paul Feinbaum, which they have today at 10:30 from ESPN. So 2 hours from now. Or they'll have Nathan Segura from the Browns Radio Network coming up at 11:30.
Man, they have good guests today.
They do have some.
They must have a
bangers.
Great producer.
They have some bangers of guests. That's right. But I want to point out, 10 a.m. they just have James Laurinaitis, and it just says legend. There's no other qualifier, and that's exactly right. So threes will join Bishop and Friends today, coming up at 10 a.m. So make sure you check that out.
T-Bone, I have to ask you a question real quick because you've been here a while, so you know. This might be
today, or you mean at the station as because I've not been here that long
You've
today.
You've been at the station for a while.
Sure.
So, I got to back up a little bit. So Connor in the chat, who Tyvus was also having a conversation with, he said, hey, Dylan, I'm curious. It might not be the right place, but were you always a sports guy? When the job popped up, you just couldn't pass it up. I don't remember you being a sports loving guy with your previous job. And the answer is I never watched sports until I got here. Can't you tell? Yes, I have no sports knowledge. Don't know why they even hired me.
Dylan is a degenerate gambler who, in college, am I wrong? Did you not take money from college that was meant to go towards books or learning of some kind?
Okay, it wasn't that irresponsible.
You did that?
No, Tyvus, you see what had happened was that I got it's like a stipend.
You got a tip.
Like whatever you get money for school, right? And they pay your stuff.
The Pell Grant.
And then you get the rest of it, the rest of the money, and you're supposed to pay for it with books and stuff, which I did. After all this, I had $1,000 left over.
Okay.
And this was for spring semester. So this was in January. The first year LeBron came back to Cleveland.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was just watching a lot of NBA, and I said, it is inevitable, like Thanos, that the Cavs and the Warriors are playing in the Eastern Conference or in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
So I parlayed Cavs to win the East, Warriors to win the West. The whole $1,000.
Oh, you are insane. Well, you did that?
It was a long-term investment. I had to wait till May to get my money.
But did you get your money?
I indeed did.
Of course you did.
Yes.
Cavs lost that year. to the Warriors, right?
Yes.
And then they won the next year.
1,000.
It was extra money, and it was the government's money, Tyvus. It wasn't mine.
Hey, you need to call the number. 1-800-GAMBLER is the number that
anyway,
you need.
I don't even know why you brought that up. Probably just so you could prove to people that I'm
saying,
a
when people ask, like, did you like sports before? Yeah, you liked it enough to place wagers on sports back when you were in college that were highly irresponsible. So
I'm going to tell you right now.
Yes, you like sports.
You can shoot me dead the day I ever bet more than $10 on the bet.
And then we'll have a draft for a new host here.
But anyway.
T-Bone and Tyvus on the clock. No more Tyvus. We'll have to figure out who replaces him. But look, the pick is in. Joshua Perry is already.
I've said it on the station.
Well, you're going to get that here in about a month and a half.
That's right.
I've said it on the station before. I used to listen to this stupid show, Common Man and Torg, and then it got stupider when they did Common Man and T-Bone.
What a dumb idea.
And then one of my favorite games I ever attended was the college football playoff game between Ohio State and Alabama, where some guy named Tyvus Powell had the game-sealing interception.
Mm-hmm. And he chose to run it out of the end zone.
Very weird that during moments of listening to that stupid afternoon show and watching some dumb safety run out of the end zone when he should have taken a knee, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be working with those guys.
That is? Anytime you say that I should take a knee, you know what that is? It's loser talk.
Oh, it's...
but anyway, that wasn't even the point of my story. The question why I had to ask you was, Chris G then said, did you get canned due to the curse of Awaken 180? Anyone who starts that program gets fired. And I have to know, is there any truth to that? Is Awaken 180 so great that they will help you lose weight, but also help you lose your job?
I mean, I can't speak to it. I've never done it, but there are plenty of people here who have done it who still work here.
Yeah.
So that's wrong. So I shouldn't have to be concerned with the curse of Awaken 180.
No, I don't. Well, are you doing 180?
Awaken 180?
No one has asked me, but I would never say no to an endorsement opportunity.
Look, now keep that in mind in the future. When you hear Dylan endorsing anything, he just would not say no to it.
What's that Jerry Springer drop that you got? I'll try.
Oh, yeah. I should have had that on deck. I got to...
All right, good landing spots for the Buckeyes. What are we thinking today, Tyvus? So, obviously, the Raiders at 1 is locked in on Fernando Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that we were locked in on the Jets at 2 with Arvell Reese. However,
now
there's David Bailey talk where it's almost like that seems locked in at 2. So let's go with that Arvell Reese would be still available at 3. We already kind of talked about Arvell Reese at 3 to the Cardinals may not be the
I don't know
greatest
what they
fit.
gonna do, man. It's
they don't
so
run
many options that they can do.
But what's the thing that, like,
I want them in a 3-4, but I think they run a 4-3.
Okay, so that would not be an ideal landing spot for him.
Unless they're putting them back at traditional linebacker.
But let's not go with what we think is going to happen. It's just, let's look at the teams that it presumably could pick. Let's stick with the top 10 teams, right? Because that's where we think most of these Buckeyes are going to land, is in the top 10.
Yeah.
What's the team? Titans at 4, Giants at 5 and 10, Browns at 6, Commanders at 7, Saints at 8, Chiefs at 9, assuming no trades. And again, forget about what those teams will actually do. Where would you like to see, let's say, Arvell Reese go? Where do you think he flourishes among those teams?
He would probably flourish with probably the Saints.
I was going to say that Saints defense. Pretty good.
Well, they lost one of their premier edges in Cameron Jordan.
Yeah,
so.
But he could go in there. They already have, I think, a pretty good defense otherwise around him.
Is Chase Young still there?
I
believe he is.
I think you might be right on that. Where would you want to see, again, if we're looking at optimal places for players to go, where would you want to see Carnell Tate go?
If I want to see him flourish,
yeah,
I want to see him go to the Tennessee Titans with Cam Ward.
What would be next on the list?
What would be the next team? What I want him to go to?
My point here is, how far down the list do we have to go of these teams that have a pick that before we would get to? Oh yeah, the Browns. They would definitely flourish there because this is an organization that does not seem to draft quarterbacks or figure out the quarterback position at all.
I think under Todd Monken he'd be fine.
We'll find out, I guess. That's a big wild card here with the offensive, guru that is Todd Monken.
Yeah, but you
can he get something out of these quarterbacks?
At first, I want him to go to the Tennessee Titans because they got Cam Ward, and I think Cam Ward's got a really good arm. And I mean, he made second round pick look really good.
I think if he goes to the Commanders, that would be another. Again, I'm talking about
a good place for him.
They have a great quarterback there. I would think. I don't think he's going to be here for this pick, but like the Chiefs could use a guy if he falls to the Chiefs. Man, I mean, again, like these are all places where I think would be better options for him.
There like, I hope I fall to the Chiefs.
Yeah. Where would you see Sonny Styles being a good spot for him to go?
Sonny could be good in any he can go to the Giants and be really good. He can go to the Washington Commanders and also be really good. Those is probably the two spots that I see him going. I don't know who the linebacker for the Titans is. Do they got a good linebacker?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Let me go look right quick.
I will say that I look at as far as best places for
because they got the Titans got what's that defensive tackle? I mean, if I was a linebacker, I would love to play behind Jeffrey St. Simmons.
Yeah.
If I'm behind him, I love to play linebacker there. I mean, they could definitely use him because I do not really recognize these linebackers that play for the Titans.
I think
it could be a spot for him too.
I think Caleb Downs, like the no doubt spot for him to fall is to the Giants. Like, I think the way that John Harbaugh has gotten, those defenses that he typically has, if you have great safety playing there, and I think Caleb Downs is one of those, like, I think that's a match made in heaven. John Harbaugh seems to love him, so I think that's a great landing spot for him, as much as I hate to say that. But yeah, I think all these top four guys that the Buckeyes have, I'm not trying to disparage K-Mac by any stretch. Cade McDonald, I think, also could be a first rounder. We'll find out tonight. I hope he is. But of those four guys, that's kind of where the poll question goes today, too. Who do you think is going to have, of these players, which of these Buckeyes will have the best NFL career? The fan poll sponsored by JT's Pizza Pub right now, Caleb Downs leads the way. Best pro career, 62.5% of you said Caleb Downs will have the best NFL career. Then Arvell Reese with 25%. Then Carnell Tate and Sonny Styles both getting about 7% of the vote. So there we have it. That's what it's going to be.
I mean, you mentioned that we couldn't bring up K-Mac just because there's not enough options in the poll.
Yeah.
But I feel like Tyvus has been a fan of his for a solid calendar year now. If he goes someplace like the Bears,
oh, yeah,
he might be up there and have just as good a career as these other guys that are projected to go in the top 10.
Well, today we guess about that. Tomorrow we'll break down how much we think where these guys went, if they were good fits or not. So it's a lot of speculation coming up over the next few hours, but we will be doing that all day today as well, all the way up to draft time, which will start at 8 right here on The Fan. Tyvus will be on the coverage of that, but coming up next, we'll hit the buzzer and do a little crosstalk with Eric Reeser. That's coming up. T-Bone and Tyvus on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Slowdowns looking a little bit better on the east side, just north of the airport, but we are still following up on this crash. 270 northbound passing 62. That right lane is currently blocked. Also not too far away in Jefferson Township, we are seeing a crash on North Wagner Road at that Havens Corner area. Essentially, that corner is blocked off with this incident. A pole was struck and wires are right now down. If you can, take other roads like Summit Road to get just around that corner. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
There's nothing more meaningful you could do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy time with you again, especially heading into the vacation season. Here, let me help you. Dr. Tessner and his team at QC Kinetics take care of your pain in the office, and you can go right on with your day that easy. So if you say yes to any of these questions, you are the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments help every day. I have consistent joint pain in my knees, hips, shoulders, or back. Pain keeps me from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to activities that I enjoy. I don't want surgery and a long recovery. I am at the end of my rope, taking medication every day just to get through. Did you answer yes to more than one of those questions? Today could be your day to turn that corner and finally get relief. QC Kinetics are easy, done in the office here in Dublin and Gahanna. The consultation is free, so don't wait. It'll be the most meaningful thing you do for yourself and the people who care about you. Call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Common Man here for GoGermain.com. I have been telling you about my friends at Germain for a long time, and it's because they bring the goods. And right now, you get $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event. Yes, cue the trumpets. Nearly 4,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, plus an extra $3,000 on your trade means your budget goes further. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started now at gogermain.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
With the first pick of my favorite places in Columbus, I choose Hollywood Casino Columbus. The draft is coming up. 4 in the top 10. Oh, man, is this draft going to be fun. So much fun, we need to throw a party. Scotty Vegas here, and come to the sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus on Thursday, April 23rd for the draft. We're going to have contests, prizes, and best bets. See you at 7 on Thursday, April 23rd. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-589-9966.
BMI Federal Credit Union is celebrating their 90th anniversary all year long with monthly sweepstakes. Get in on your chance to win free gas for a year when you lower your car payment with a BMI FCU auto loan. Apply today at bmifcu.org/gas.
Our double hung is as good as it gets. There's something really simple. It's called an interlock. We interlock our windows. The interlock is the absolute best way to alleviate air infiltration. With the interlock, it's harder to break into. When you interlock the sashes, it makes a better window. It's just a darn good window, and we're very proud of it.
Visit Rosati Windows by the end of this month and get 35% off all windows and doors.
Skip Mussick has been on the Fan for nearly 80 years, and during that time, he's worn many hats. Executive producer for Ohio State Athletics, talk show host, private detective when Ron Stokes loses his phone. Somebody do something! He's done it all. But his proudest accomplishment, host of Tee to Green. If it has anything to do with golf in Central Ohio, Skip's on it. Cheers to the next 80-year skipper. And listen to Tee to Green Saturday mornings at 9 here on The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. Sometimes when Tybus wears khaki pants, I can see the outline of his genitals. There's no joke there. It's just an observation.
God, the more I resist, the more intriguing they become. I can't look away.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tybus.
Joining the program, Eric Reeser of Bishop and Friends. Reeser, today the list was the biggest NFL draft bust. Who do you have?
Of all time.
All time. I mean, you could. This is open to. We've been throwing out plenty of names like Jamarcus Russell. Obviously,
it's probably Jamarcus.
What if I just opened it up to all sport? Does Anthony Bennett
beat
Jamarcus Russell?
God, I forgot about it.
Yes,
he was terrible.
Because at least Jamarcus in the moment you could explain it. Anthony Bennett never made any sense.
Well, that draft, that NBA draft with the Cavs,
any sense at all. I'd never heard of him.
I remember that draft. They literally,
I had heard of this person.
They kept saying at the time, I'm not saying this is how it turned out because I don't remember who else was in that draft, but I remember the time of that NBA draft.
A guy by the name of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, was he in that draft? Oh, that's. But he went. Didn't he go like 15 or something?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, because I remember them saying that time. They said you could take any of the top 8 guys.
I'll tell you. Okay. Here we go. Anthony Bennett was first. Victor Oladipo was 2. Otto Porter, Cody Zeller, Alex Lynn, Nerlens Noel, Ben McLemore, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Trey Burke, C.J. McCullough, Michael Carter-Williams, Steven Adams, Kelly Olynyk, Shabazz Muhammad, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I remember them saying the night of that draft that you could take any of the top 8 guys and they could potentially be the number 1 pick because none of them. It was basically a nice way of saying none of them stood out as a number 1 pick. And so when they picked Anthony Bennett, it was like, well, he is one of those guys, I guess. But
I was just hoping for somebody I'd heard of.
Yeah,
I've never heard of him.
No. And guess what?
Because it has been a long time since I heard of UNLV. And
oh, man. That was...
For me, it's not Anthony Bennett because I said earlier, like, to me, the biggest of big draft busts were number 1 overall picks that just completely wrecked the franchise for years after for making that decision. The Cavs recovered nicely, parlaying Anthony Bennett and Andrew Wiggins and then getting Kevin Love, and then that obviously led to a championship in Cleveland. So I think that kind of sort of rectified that situation.
I guess so, but I just
that pick was egregious.
You could have
it was egregious.
No, to your point, if someone had recognized that Giannis Antetokounmpo was going to be who he was, you pick him, and then that totally. I don't think you ever worry about. Oh, we never got Kevin Love. Like you'd have. Rookie to in his prime.
LeBron facilitated the Love thing.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying, like, but you wouldn't need to worry about that if you had Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think.
No, you sure wouldn't. But does that mean you get, like, if Giannis is there, I don't know. LeBron's probably coming back. Does he keep Giannis?
Oh, see, yeah, there's that too.
Nah, LeBron would have traded him.
Right.
There's probably.
There's
GM LeBron, not the greatest track.
So if we're talking
the Cavs didn't want Giannis Antetokounmpo at some point in the past. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this anytime. I
in
can't
terms
say any
of
more
the
than
Browns, Tyvis, I would say Justin Gilbert is their biggest first round bust
over Corey Coleman.
See, I said Justin Gilbert. No. I'm with you. I said Justin Gilbert.
The argument's there. I think it's Gilbert.
I said Justin Gilbert.
Why has no one mentioned Tim Couch when we've brought up the Browns?
Because people understand Tim
Couch was an understandable pick.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in the grand. This is so bad to say. In the grand scheme of Browns busts.
He's the thing, right?
He's in the. If you want to have a
you can have the conversation, but he's nowhere near as bad as Justin Gilbert because I also had not heard of that person.
No, right. Yes, Justin Gilbert was one where I was only happy to have him just because I was like, well, it's not Johnny Manziel. At least they avoided that stupid mistake, and then they went and drafted him anyway later in that round.
18 picks later.
God, I couldn't believe it.
It was like Mike Pettin liked his workout for Justin Gilbert, and all of a sudden now he's the 8th overall pick.
Imagine explaining that to anyone who's just casually paid attention to the NFL in the last decade, saying, well, Mike Pettin liked him, so that's why they got Justin Gilbert. And they would say, who and who?
And you want to do that redraft? You could have had Odell Beckham Jr. and Aaron Donald.
Oh, God.
I'm just scratching that service. But you could also, so hypothetically on Bishop and Friends, we could do 3 hours on the Browns took this guy this year. Here's all of these Hall of Famers they could have had. And you could do that show into Rothman and Ice, into Common Man and T-Bone, into the Buckeye show, into the Cleveland Browns draft special, or I guess the presentation of the draft courtesy of the Cleveland Browns Radio Network featuring Tyvis Powell is what we'll have at 8 o'clock. We're not doing any of that because kind of bleep the Browns. Well, I guess until 11:30, Nathan Zagura from the Cleveland Browns Radio Network is going to join the program.
There you
Paul Feinbaum on at 10:30, Threes on at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Is Justin Gilbert more of a bust than Trent Richardson?
Yes. Because at least, again, I can explain the reason for that pick. They needed weapons. He was one of those. And I think I'm trying to remember the haul they got for trading Trent.
I got to go look up Corey Coleman's.
I thought they just got the first round pick from the Colts. Did they get more than just the one pick?
Fine.
But that's still, they rectified the situation.
What did they use? I feel like they used that pick for something.
They probably botched it.
What are you talking about, Trent?
In the grand scheme
you talking about for Trent Richardson?
Yes.
They traded Trent Richardson to the Colts for like a first round pick. And they
was it just a first, though? We're trying to think of the other compensation they got for Trent Richardson.
I just had it up. Hold on.
His, 9 Netflix accounts?
Yeah.
Hold on. I can pull it up for you. Give me 2 seconds.
By the way, the speculative nature of all of this, trying to figure this all out, Reese, that you were talking about, reminded me of something we talked about yesterday. I went back and looked up last year. Pro Football Focus did an article on if every player in college football were eligible for the draft, who would go number 1, who would go number 2, et cetera, okay? Number 1 last year, no surprise, they had Arch Manning. Number 1 this year, they did the same type of exercise. They had Arch Manning again. Last year, they said if every player in college football was eligible, do you know who they said would be the number 2 pick? DJ Lagway.
Sure.
Which is this
we
is
know what we're doing.
This is what I'm saying is like sometimes all of this speculation that looks laughable now in hindsight. And I guarantee you when we go back and look at some of these drafts, what we're all talking about now, 2 years from now we're going to look back on this and go, "Oh man, can you believe everyone was in on player X?" You just hope it's not the player your guy drafts, your team drafts.
I'm with your chatters on YouTube and they're saying that Vernon Goldschon's the biggest Buckeye bust.
Huge bust.
And it's why I'm a little nervous for Arvell.
Huge buy.
If he goes to Gangrene, and
if it's,
they're in a similarly, the organization's awful.
Yeah,
the coaching staff shouldn't be there.
And
you wonder if Arvell's
needs to be developed properly into that. Right? Yes, like Caleb Downs, idiot proof. It doesn't matter who drafts him; he's going to be awesome. I think Arvell Reese needs. Yeah, to your point. Lots to get into.
Yeah, he was just
a very busy show.
He was just sent for a first-round pick from the coach.
It's just a 1-1.
And Bake came in here and said that is what they used to eventually get Johnny Manziel.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget?
Was that homeless guy told Uncle Jimmy, got to get Manziel, and they're going to wreck that league.
Yeah.
And then just Manziel got wrecked.
All coming up. You will hear threes.
Yeah.
Threes coming on at 10. Tons of NFL and college football coverage. Next, 9 to noon, Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
Well, Mike Vrabel put his statement out saying, I made some bad decisions, didn't say what those decisions were or if he's sorry for them. However, he did at least somewhat try to address that. Mike Vrabel also came out today. He's going to miss day 3 of the draft.
What?
Yeah. He's going to go take some time to do some counseling with his family, according to him.
What if he did nothing wrong? Does he need counseling?
There's new photos that have come out from the Ambient Resort in Sedona, where apparently there are more photos of him and Diana Rossini having breakfast together by themselves on the weekend in question. Also, the hot tub photos, more of those have come out, and shockingly, it's just the two of them in the hot tub. There are no friends, as was previously.
The 6 other people were in the pool part.
Yes.
I hear this.
Actually, we're the 6 other people. And anybody can be the 6 other people.
I
You
would
were there.
gone. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Sure, I would have loved to. Let me know next time. I'd happily
Drinks
show
on
up for that.
Vrabel.
Of course. Yeah, for sure. I'll keep my mouth shut too. I'll whatever. I'll be there. I'll just enjoy the free beverages, I guess. All right, that's it for us. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the coverage of the draft tonight. We'll be back tomorrow morning to break it down bright and early, 6 a.m. Steve-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
On the north side and by Westerville, we are seeing a crash on that 71 southbound ramp to 270 westbound, so expect some lane restrictions this morning. Other than that, the roads are looking great. Just some slight slowdowns as you're heading downtown. That includes on the west side, 70 at 270. And over here in our southeast Columbus area, we're talking 70 at 33. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic. Have a wonderful